What's going on, everybody? It is your humble YouTube live stream host, Timothy, back with another live stream a little earlier today. Been doing those afternoon streams, doing those evening streams. I said, wait a second. What about my peoples at work? Want to listen to, join in, engage in, have playing in the background a little live stream is rather working. Or what about my people in other parts of the world? This community is worldwide, it's international. So what about people other parts of the world? Maybe 3 p.m. for them for me is 3 a.m. for them. I don't know. Decided to switch it up. And I'll be honest, folks, yesterday was a pretty scary, well, not pretty scary, but like it was a slightly scary day here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, weather-wise. And I only left the house one time. And that was because I had to walk and go get something for dinner because I don't think DoorDash was delivering, and it was pretty windy. Yeah, quite more damage than I thought done to a lot of the hotels around here. The place I was at, the pool deck, it blew bits of it apart. All the pool chairs, wherever. It was so yeah. Yesterday it got so bad. I started getting tornado warnings on my phone, right? That I got up and I put clothes on and I put all my I don't have many valuables, but I put my wallet in my pocket. I was walking around the house with shoes on, my wallet, my keys, everything. I was just in case, you know what I mean? I don't need a tornado to touch down and I'm scrambling to find, my debit card. You know what I mean? I was nah, I'm putting everything valuable on. I don't have much anyway. And I closed the curtain and I was just I got on the computer and I played some Age of Empires just to take my mind off of it. And I was if it go down, it go down. When them tornado warnings pop up on your phone, hey, there's a tornado in the area. Please be advised. It was get to the basement. I'm I don't know if this hotel has a basement, and I ain't trying to be down there. Anyway, so since I was very cooped up yesterday and didn't get to do much, today I was I went for a walk and I'm I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna stream. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a grown-up discussion about life. Got some things we want to talk about. But yeah, yesterday it was it was a little intense, man. It was a little intense. Normally on the beach, right? There's a clear demarcation. The ocean is here, the beach is here. Excuse me. The ocean is here. This is the beach, and then from here on is the hotel stuff. The ocean yesterday came all the way up. It totally came all the way up the beach, and it was on the dunes, and it was, yeah. The more I looked out the window, the closer to the water was. I was I mean, I'm way up on one of the higher floors, but I'm if the ocean keep coming, and it did flood in some areas of South Carolina, I heard, but yes, yeah, yesterday was a little. It was a little. It's back to normal today. Actually, you know what? I said I was gonna see. Okay, I said I was gonna see if I could show y'all some of the ocean today, real quick. I want to give y'all. I wonder what show. It might be too bright. Oh, it's too bright. Y'all I can't show it to y'all. Hold on. I may have to get back in here. It's too bright. It won't even let me show y'all the beach. It's so bright out there. Dang it. I tried, ladies and gentlemen. I really tried. Maybe if I go way over here in the corner. Now, okay. Well, that was a dub. I tried to show y'all the ocean, but it's too bright outside. It's not gonna work. Let me see if I'm in here. Can you? Nope, too bright. Okay. I tried. Well, that plan did not go according to plan. Man plans, God laughs. Okay. Let's get plugged back in here. That did not work how I wanted it to work. Anyway, let's we almost had 100 people already. Let's say what's up to some people. Jay, how you doing? Taking our mental health day. Yes. Spencer, how you doing? Giselle, Kevin, Kato, Fabriel in Massachusetts checking in. Disciple says F word. Hey, what up, MP? A lot of people here. Surviving the last days. How you doing, Ken? Oh, Gabriel. I was wondering about that. It's Bellum. How you doing, Alfonso? Yeah, man, it was time to do a live. Paris Dream, simple, natural, black life. I got it right that time, didn't I? Usually screw it up. I'm like, Central Natural Black, Central Black, yeah. Little shirt got a little Amazon, $20. Hollis, hello. Actually, there's a lot of people out since yesterday was so nobody could really go. There were some people on the beach still yesterday, a couple, like one or two. But since nobody could go out yesterday, like there's a lot of people. It's not busy, but for a regular Monday this time of year, there's actually quite a few people out there. Merrick, how you doing? Moments. You know, you work today. Rick, good to see you. Lucinda, Random Wanderer, Arizona in the building. Hey, hey. Hello, London ASMR. What is going on my phone? Cool. Be more, see more. Like the name. Loving the part-time minimalist life. You work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. God is good all the time. All the time, especially on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hey, incognito. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe. It was you know, it was, yeah, it was a couple times. There was a couple times it was I was like, wow. Like when I so because there's a restaurant I go to right down the road, and I called and they're like, oh, we shut down for the storm. And I'm like, dang, I got no food. Like I had some pizza from the other night, and I was like, I had enough food that if I couldn't leave, I'd be okay. But like it was like 2 slices of pizza. And I was like, I want more than that for dinner. And I was just like, I don't really want to walk too far, right? Because the wind was like when you were in front of like the hotels and resorts, it wasn't as bad. But when you walked past one of the alleyways, the wind coming off the ocean was like literally you could go back like that and it would like hold you up almost. Like it had to be 30, 40 miles. Like it was blowing. I got a video here. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna find it later. Anyway, but they weren't open. So I was like, dang. It's like the next closest place is the Chinese place. So I called the Chinese place and I was like, hey, are y'all open? She was like, of course. Like, I love Chinese restaurant because they don't be we have all these American rules. We close for this, close for that. The guy was like, for the safety of our employees, we had to close the other restaurant, which I get. I respect that. Chinese restaurant, they was like, yeah, we open, of course. But like it was a, 20-minute walk in the weather. It was interesting. It was interesting. Hey, Spencer, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, all is well. All is well. Thank you so much. Super Chat Squad in the building showing love. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I appreciate people hitting the like button. Helps to I think it kind of pokes the algorithm and says, hey, there's people here. Send more people. Cool. How to make hella dough. I wouldn't know, Ghouls. That's not really one of my areas of expertise, 7:10 about to head to serve some tables. Jay, no car life's going good. Even days when, I have to walk to get food. I mean, I'm used to it. So like, it's regular to me. Like I'm used to it. Rolling with Tay. Hey, how you doing? And I mean, Uber makes it so easy. Like that's the thing. Like before Uber, I mean, even then there were cabs, but like Uber like, I don't go nowhere. And if I really need to, I just take an Uber. Like it's not difficult. F Doctor, happy Monday. I do not believe in or celebrate Christmas. I like the Christmas vibe and Christmas time that people seem a little happier, but I don't really celebrate the holiday. Melvano finished a 3-week Mediterranean trip. Nice, nice. How's it going? Better flight? Money and minimalism. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me give you a like on that. Love that name. Appreciate that abundance. Thank you so much. Let's go. Thank you. Jamie said at Estes Park and staff, do you have to pay for activities out there like mini golf, stuff like that, or do you get a discount? I'm pretty sure mini golf's free for employees. Yeah, because if it wasn't, would nobody play it? So I'm pretty sure that type of stuff you get for free. I'm pretty sure. I think. Yeah, I think so. Jasmine, hello. Shomer said you need a lot of flour to make hella dough. I like that. I like that. Facts. Yeah, I mean it's. I know the internet is full of people always telling you how to make tons of money. I mean, that's kind of standard for an influencer these days. How to make tons of money and how to like go on fabulous vacations in Cancun. Um, but that's not really my lane. So like we talk about getting free, you know, we talk about getting financially free and breaking free from the 9 to 5, getting out of the matrix, uh, 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 starting over. I can talk about how to start over and still pay the bills, you know. But as far as, how to make a ton of money, my question would be, why do you want to make a ton of money? That would be my question. That would be my question. Jan, abundance is the name of the game. I agree. And of course, it is possible to live a good life with very little. We talked about day trading and realized it's almost a sure way into bankruptcy. That's one of those ways. Oh, day trade, Forex. You know what I mean? All this stuff. As someone who's been kicking around the internet for a while, I hear people talk about all of these money making methods, and it is possible to make money from them. But most people, the most money made on Forex, other than the people who really know how to do it, is people making videos and selling courses for you to try to start started in Forex. Most of the money is made on courses. That's where all the money is made for most people. And I'm not knocking that, but like that ain't really my lane, you know? Yeah. So my take, what up, AI Gaming? Since you asked, Jan, you said my take on an investment you like, nicotine manufacturer and Altria. I personally can't invest in anything that I think is harmful to other human beings. So yeah, that's I can't invest in any of the vices, or anything that like I don't invest in natural gas or oil or none of that. Because I worked on the oil rigs, I kind of know what that does to the environment. So I'm very picky about the things I invest in. And there's a lot of things that I might identify as like, man, that might be a good investment. But I'm just like, if I don't rock with the company or their business model or what they got, I just can't. Me personally, I just can't. I try to have my moral code influence everything in my life. I slip up sometimes, but for the most part, if there's any type of, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Been a year since you subbed, Betterfly? Nice. Yeah, F Doctor. That's it. Yeah, 7 streams of income, you'll be a millionaire. Like, bro, like you know what I mean? Like we get these sayings on the internet, and like, but what does that even? Of course, you'd be a millionaire if you came up with 7 good streams of income. The sharks on Shark Tank might have 7. You know what I mean? They ain't even run. They might be, but you know what I mean? The average person ain't running 7 good streams of income. And if like you have 7 and 5 of them bring you in $10 a month, what's the point? If you're slow growing and whatever, but then it's not really a stream of income. For the average person, you got your day job and that does okay. And then if you get some type of little side hustle that's doing okay, cool. And if that side hustle turns into your main stream of income, cool. Maybe you go part-time, or maybe when that one becomes your main one, you get kind of another, or you know what I mean? But like 2 is great. 2 steady streams of income is great. 7, we just have this ideal that everything has to be done to the max. 7, like who has time for that? You know how hard that is? To work when you're working on 1, you got 6 other ones going. Some people can handle that. The average person, no. I hear so many people say that because it sounds great when you first start delving into some financial stuff. Like, man, if I can get 7 streams of income, then you realize how hard it is to get 1. You know what I mean? You like, I gotta get 6 more of these, 5 more of these. I'll just stay broke, bro. Like, no. And it's possible to get financially free with 1. Shummers, some influencers' job is to put on a show about luxury or idealistic lifestyles to sell stuff. Not everybody. The word influencer comes from the word influence. So anyone who influences people is an influencer. We have our own ideal of what an influencer is, but like anybody who influences someone online is like an influencer. I'm an influencer. And I definitely am not about luxury living or idealistic lifestyle. I'm like, hey, let's figure out a way to get free. It ain't got, I'm not fancy. I was talking to a friend of mine and she was saying, she's like, man, when I travel, I would like to stay in some of the nicer places, some high end places. I'm like, well, don't invite me. I'm not fancy. I just like a regular room. You know what I mean? Like, I just not, that's just not, yeah, I'm just trying to, if that's you, cool. But I'm like, my brand of influence is like, hey, let's figure out how to get free. Paul, I do write some goals sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, Sis Trunk TV. Good to see you. Seven streams of income would be good if it was all passive. I agree. And a lot of people commented that on the little video I did last night. But do you know how hard that is? You know what I mean? That's like someone saying, oh, if you could open 7 restaurants and get 7 people to manage them, you'd be doing good. You could just sit at the house. You know what I mean? Passive income is not as easy, I think because it's passive income, we think it's easy to come. Passive income ain't is not as easy to do. So yeah, if you can come up with 7 passive income streams, you got so you're of course you're gonna be a millionaire. And 7 consistent, like you can name 7 passive income streams, but to do them and make them work so that they continually and consistently bring you in decent money, it's not impossible, but even that is a ton of work. It's a ton of work. Like, and there's really no totally passive income streams, especially on the internet where like everything gets old. So even if you have, say, you create a course, you're gonna have to keep updating it. You know what I mean? So like nothing is like truly passive. So it's possible, yeah, but like even that's work. That's kind of my point is that it's a lot of work to have 7 streams. And if you could come up with 3 passive income streams that work, that's good. You know, well, you need 4 more. I don't know. Y'all know me. Whenever I see something that everybody's saying and it doesn't make sense, I'm like, hmm. Kevin, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires who only have a couple streams of income. That's the thing too. There's a lot of people out there. There are CEOs who make millions of dollars a year. That's their only job, and maybe some investing. This idea that we have to have all this stuff going on. Nah, you can just get one and then do some investing. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't who who has time for 50 income streams? That's a lot of bro, like you lose track of them. Raspberries, glad to hear you took that leap, quit full time for the first time a few weeks ago. Feels good, but there is the fear. Yes, it is a process, and yeah, that fear will be there. I mean, it's just kind of it's natural. I mean, that's the game. Is that in this society, in order for me to make this move to enrich my life, I'm going to kind of have that fear because I've been told that I need to be working as much as possible all the time. Because what if you need the money? How are you going to pay the bills? These are bona fide fears. But there's people, there's millions of people doing it, so it's possible. You know, and the more you do it, like even though that fear is always there, like what if next week this whole thing goes pear shaped? Well then I'll just deal with it next week. Hey, Ryan, no, I'm not hiring, but dang, that's a month ago I had 2 jobs, working 80 hours a week, end up leaving one job, they got laid off from the newer job. Will they take you back to the old one? They might take you back to the old one. More money, more problems. I'm living rent free in your head, kid. Yes. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy your life. What up, Rodeo? Hey, Pack TV, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I appreciate that. When you get older, you just want to enjoy life. It's facts, facts. And I feel like in our society, it's we allow like if someone's older is like I just want to enjoy life, we're like okay, you've earned it. If a young person is like hey, I just want to enjoy life, we're like no, you need to work hard. And I think that's an issue. I feel like at 19 years old, you should be able to be like I just want to enjoy my life. And if I find a way that's not really working hard to do that, cool. And you can do that. But people look at you like you're crazy. You don't want a career? You don't want this? You're like, nah, I just want to like backpack around the world for a while, teach English or something, you know? And even that, when you're a little young, they might go for that. But get your mid 20s and say you just want to enjoy your life. You don't really want to work that hard. Look how crazy people look at you. Well, don't you want to be a productive member of society? Don't you want to blah, blah? It's like if you're like, no, bro, I just want to live my life. We don't allow that. We don't accept that in our society for people of a certain age. You can do it when you're young, do it when you're old. From 25 to 65, you need to be working. It's like, why? If I'm paying my bills, if I'm taking care of everything, why do I need to work hard? Why? Isn't the goal not to work hard? As much as all of us complain about how hard we work, then we judge other people, not saying us, but in general, we judge other people for not working hard. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Happy Monday, Elvira. Random tried 3 income streams. Too much work. Maybe one day. Yeah, it's just a lot of diversifying of your attention going on. Juice not worth the squeeze. I had a joke there. Um, I agree, Rody. It's about balance. And finding that balance for you, finding that balance for me. And that's another reason too. Well, like there are some people who love to be super busy, have a ton of stuff going on. Then there's some people who like me who like very little responsibility. Then there's most people somewhere in the middle. It's about finding that balance for you. What was the comment that made you make that video? We apologize. It was a couple of comments, Alex. A couple of people kind of, said, hey, somebody had reached out to me through another platform, be like, hey, I made that one comment. I was kind of joking, So I was like, let me do a little apology video. Waggle on. London said, I get passive income from my book covering nearly most of my basic expenses from Amazon KDP. And although it's passive, the upfront work is intense. Book writing, trying to find a good niche, etc. Facts. Like this, very few things are passive. Either there's a lot of work up front, which is work, and then there's still that updating, or like it might be easy to set up, but then there's work along the way. Like there's always something going on. Finding Jan, YouTube live streamer from Kenya. Okay. Kenya in the building. We international. Nova Scotia in the building. One match life. Happy guy. Don't have multiple streams of income. It could be done. Nice. Exactly. A couple people commented last night and just saying like, hey, one person was like, hey, I work. My wife works. We're both, we like our jobs. We come home. We relax. We're not trying to do all this other stuff. Fine. Perfect. Love that. Find a job you love. It pays the bills. It handles everything. They take their vacations when they take them. Life's good. Boom. Perfect. Doesn't always have to be this hustle grind mode, Now, if you have a job you don't like, maybe, Jay, I don't have any tips on starting a business from scratch. Because like seasonal work in YouTube was the way I was able to ditch the 9 to 5 to your 95. And as much as people say YouTube is a business, and it kind of is, I didn't really view it that way. So I'm not really a businessman. I'm telling you, when possibly when I meet somebody, if she has like a really good like business mind, it's over. It's over. Let me mess around and meet a life partner who has like a really good business mind. It's over. It's over. It's over. Dang, I see Tim everywhere. I'm not a business person. I just like to sit up here and talk. If I could meet somebody, she like, I got the business end of it. You just be the talent. Oh, it's over. It's over. And she got to be cute too, and funny, and able to put up with my BS. We're almost at 100 likes. Thank y'all. Lovely. How you doing? I agree that investing is a form of passive income, but like I feel like investing is more hands-on than a lot of people think too. You know, like especially like real estate or something. Like depending on how you invest in real estate, yeah, you put your money in REITs, it might be just real estate investment trust. It might be passive, but like if you're really gonna get in real estate, that's not passive. Like if you're gonna own the real estate and be like a landlord, that ain't passive. You got to be fixing stuff, and like in the beginning, you gotta like that's what I'm saying. It's now if you're a millionaire and you can buy property and pay someone to do all that, get a property management company, cool. But like even investing is not like Warren Buffett goes to work every day. You know what I mean? He don't just be on the yacht. Like he works. So like even investing, I think it's for like the average person is passive. It's like, oh, I just put some money in the market, whatever. But like if you're like a real investor, that's one of you know what I mean? Like that's work too. Y'all skillful. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think anyone here is saying you have to just have one stream of income. Anything more is too much. I'm just saying there's a median, there's a balance between 1 and 7. And I think we all fall on the spectrum somewhere. And I just think more people fall closer to 1 than to 7. There's a lot of people who think they want 7, but I just think, and I could be wrong, but I just think that's very hard to do. I mean, yeah, you can rent your house out, part of it. A lot of people renting rooms, Airbnb in rooms, but even that's not passive. Like, you know. Now, if you're just like renting a room to someone and they live there full time, that's a little more passive. But like Airbnb definitely ain't passive. Like you gotta unless you pay somebody to clean up and all that. But what up, Lee? Urban lady. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you, by the way. Thank you. 27 with neck. Oh, I thought it said neck fat. I was like, what? 27 with neck tats. Said I work enough to live, have a decent job, make enough money to support my family, and that's all I can ask for. So have time to do what I enjoy and be with family. Facts. Facts. Amazing. I love that. I love that. Ken said peace of mind is the goal. I wanted to find that video Paris Dream. And because I heard somebody saying like there's a girl who said she didn't want to work and everybody came at her. I wanted to find that video because I wanted to chime in on that. It's like, yeah, you like it's so crazy to me. On the one hand, nobody wants to work, but when a child or someone younger comes along and says that, we jump on, oh, this generation. It's like, bro, you don't want to work 40 hours either. You had to, or what I mean, a lot of us had to when we was 20. So, we feel some type of way. But I'm like, if we had TikTok when we were 20, we'd been on there too. We probably were on MySpace saying it. Just nobody knew it. It just didn't go viral. Sophisticated Bob. Yeah, the U.S. is a work, work, work culture. And that's how they keep you in the matrix. You know what I mean? Like if we weren't so indoctrinated to work, 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 with wages would have had to keep pace with the cost of living. The reason they can get away with paying us less than they should be paying us, the reason the minimum wage can still be $7.25 in certain states is because we're so indoctrinated to work, 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 work that we will take the pennies they throw at us. It's like, I got to be working, work, work, work. If we weren't that indoctrinated, especially with the internet now, we'd be like, bro, I'm not taking this. I sit at the house. Especially like you, the people who like have figured out like the benefit system. People, I sit at the house and get EBT. I sit at the house and get WIC. I sit at the house and get a check. There's all these other options. Some people getting free money from the government. Some people figuring out how to, make money on their own, all this other stuff. And we still, like, why would, it's because it's the programming. Did I ever deal with a time when I had dread from the second I woke up to the time I went to bed at night? 4:36. No, no. Are you going through that? Sorry to hear that. I've never. No. There's been times when I had boredom from when I woke up to went to bed, but never dread. Morning, John. Woke up early this morning. Okay. I didn't sleep good at all last night. Let me tell you what I did real quick. Then we'll get back to the important stuff. Last week, I had to be up at 3:30 to get on a flight to come here. Been here a week, excuse me. Well, almost a week. Week today, to this evening. I forgot to take that alarm off my phone. So this morning at 3:30, my alarm went off. And like I was so tired, like I was so, like normally my alarm go off, something like that. I'm like, I know immediately. I'm like, oh, I forgot to change my alarm. I was so tired, like, because I don't think I went to bed till like 12:30, 11:30, 12 or something. That I just kind of like turned it. I was like, what's going on? I just like turned it off and I went and used the bathroom. I came back to bed and I was like laying there tossing and turning because I'm awake now. And then I'm like, why did I wake up at 3:30? And I'm like, I totally like forgot the alarm thing. I'm like, did an alarm go off? And I'm like, why would my no? I was like, I dreamed that. I was like, I dreamed an alarm went off because why would my alarm go off at 3:30? And I'm like, I'm just so tired but awake that so I checked my phone. I'm like, oh snap, there wasn't like I totally had forgotten. Like it was crazy. I'm like, I'm so tired. I forgot that like 10 minutes ago, my alarm woke me up because I'm stupid and I didn't take. Anyway, it was just funny. I was like, man, but it took me forever to get back to sleep. Dennis, I'm in South Carolina now. Glad you like the videos. Thank you. I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hashtag don't ruin my Zen. Good to see you. There are some people pushing buggies around, living a free lifestyle in Salt Lake. I know, Lee. I was just there. I was in Salt Lake City a couple months ago. I saw a lot of them at Liberty Park. Shout out to them. They be camped out. Was that Lesser Liberty Park, right? They be camped out. They have their own. Hey, I gotta say though, they pretty respectful. They usually have one little section over there, and they just be, they live. Hey, I can't hate none of them getting up and going to work. South Africa in the building. I see you, blood. How about you, Robert? I'm just luxury really not. I like comfortable, but luxury. Yeah. That's a good point, Kevin. Got to find a job you like, and the company has to be stable and appreciative of employees. Not that easy. I agree. Ken said, "How do you like to spend a day there in Myrtle Beach on your own?" That's my life every day for the most part, unless I'm like working or. Well, last time I was here, Travel Snacks came down with me. We came together, so that was cool. But normal, I'm alone every day, so yeah. If you're someone who's used to being around people, it can be weird. But like that's my normal. My buddy Luke is here, and like I go get coffee with him time to time. But like other than that, like that's all I ever do is just like that's why I went back to the YMCA recently. I was like, man, I'm alone too much. I need to go see some people. But normally, this is my regular, you know. 5K, but don't know where to invest it? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Hey, that research, good news is in the palm of our hand, we got all the information of the known world, you know what I mean? So like that's actually for me when I set aside some money for investing, some new, like I have some pretty standard investments I make, and it's just like I just keep putting money in those. That's typically how I do it. But every now and then I'll be like, maybe I'll get a stimulus check or something. And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put X amount of money towards something. I love the researching. That's the funnest part for me. I love the researching and just being like, ooh, what can I figure out? And me, like I don't like to do what everybody else is doing. Most people are like, oh, just find you a whatever ETF or mutual fund. Respect, do that. I get bored. As soon as someone says, just find you I'm like, I'll be trying to find some different stuff to invest in. That's always fun for me. That's always fun for me. I love it. Oh, I'm way behind these comments. Where we at? Where we at? Uh, there was something I was gonna say. I forgot it. Retired 2019. How you doing? Bob said being a landlord is not passive. It's anything but passive. Facts. You can hire property management. They take some of your money. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as investing, yeah, if you want to throw everything in index funds, yeah. But like I said, the average person can make investing passive if they want to. I just put all my money here. It does what it does. Earlier, I was talking about like millionaires and billionaires. I feel like it's a little different for them. Maybe I don't know. I've never been one, but I know for me, that bores me. Like you could honestly be like, Tim, I guarantee you this index fund is going to do so and so, so and so. I'd be like, I'll put a few dollars there. I'd be trying to have, I don't know, man. I like to figure stuff out. That's I get bored. It's like working. After about 2 months at a new job, I get bored. I figured it out. Investing, I like to play around. Yeah. Could I share 3 core tips for starting an alcohol and tobacco-free life after 24 years of addiction? Um, Arnaz, glad to hear you're preparing, about to get on that road to sobriety. Um, Here's what I always say about addiction and sobriety. The only thing I really have to offer is motivation and encouragement. Because I think people don't people don't get sober because they have a good tip or a good hack. Everything you can do to try to get sober has been tried. And some people have failed at it, some people haven't. It's not the tips. It's not the hacks. It's not the tactics. Because you can figure those out. Um for me, and maybe this is a tip, but keep quitting until you quit is really my big tip. You know, Going into the struggle, realize there will be ups, there will be downs. The average person quits, relapses many times before they finally quit. Every time you quit, it's a win. Every day you don't smoke, every day you don't drink, every day you don't whatever is a win. And the total amount of wins overall in the working through all the issues and things that are drinking or smoking or gambling, whatever, is masking or helping us with all that complexity. We work that out over time by not giving into the addiction a day at a time. We got to look at it all together. A lot of times we look at it as like, oh, I was sober for a week and I drank again. I'm a failure. I got to start over. You're not starting over. From the moment now that you say, okay, I'm going to get sober, that's day one. And it all goes towards day whatever it is that you quit for good. So my advice is always keep quitting until you quit. Don't view it as starting over when you relapse. Just view it as part of the process. That'd be the only really advice I give. Zoe's Eden, what up? Appreciate you being a part of the community. Glad you're loving the channel. Sean, you was gonna work for Norwegian, but their work schedule 7 days a week, 8 to 12 hour workday. Yeah, you stack some chips up, and that's what I was saying. Some people would be like, "I'm gonna go do that," because they're like, "Okay, in X amount of months, I can stack up this much money. It's worth it." Somebody like me, I'm like, nah. That's why I never went and worked at one of those seafood processing plants because they work 12 to 16-hour days, 3 months straight. And a lot of people was like, man, but the money's good. I'm like, for me, though, it ain't worth it. Christian said, get out of America. Shomers, you're writing a book about the whole dynamic of people thinking the younger generation don't want to work, when really they're just not allowing young people to work the way they want to. Oh, that should be a good book. Let us know when you finish it. Lee said EBT and plasma donation. Hey, hey. Facts, Ryan. If wages had kept up with inflation since the 70s, we'd be making six-figure income working 40 hours a week or somewhere around there. Yeah, man. It's just, we don't think about that, though. I tell you, every time I go into work and I would turn around and see, I think Colorado, the minimum wage is still like 7.25. I get so mad. I took a video of it on my phone. I was like, I'm going to put this in a video one day. It's crazy. Better Flight said, do you think it's unethical to bring another life into this world? I don't think so, no. I think people should, and I think a lot of people do. Some people don't, but I think you should really think about it before you bring a life into this world. But I don't think it's unethical. No. If we waited till the world was perfect to have kids, no one would ever have kids. So a lot of people, my argument, I did a video, 10 reasons why I don't want to have kids. You rarely hear me say the world is just so horrible, I wouldn't bring a kid into the world. This is just me, my personal opinion. I'll say that like I'd be worried about it, but that's any time in the world, I'd be worried about, having it'd be another life to worry about. But I'm not one of the people of the opinion that the world is just so horrible right now that it's wrong to bring another child into the world. Cause like people were saying that when I was born, they were saying that in the 70s and the 80s. They've been saying that. People have been saying that forever. It is funny to me how those of us who've never been alive that we can remember any other time in history are so certain that this is the worst time ever. Oh, the world is horrible. I'm like, bro, they've been saying that always. That's what we say. There's never going to be a time where people are like, the world is the best ever, even in the roaring 20s, even in the good times. The 50s, after World War I, we look around, see the bad stuff, and say it's horrible. That's what we do. So no, I mean, I got friends who just had kids or having kids. I'm so happy for them. I pray for them regularly. I hope they have, I want them to be great parents, have great kids. That's part of human existence. I don't want kids personally, but like I got nothing against people having kids. You know what I mean? Netherlands in the building. What up, Maureen? Victoria, yes, I just came back from my walk. Walked down the beach. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Listened to some Pink, a little Bo Bruce, a little pop medium weed, Eric. Was that Callie? What is her name? I forget her name. Random Wonder. I've never done house sitting. I literally the other day though was like, oh, I need to check into house sitting again, and I forgot. So thanks for reminding me. Thank you. Cheapest homes in the U.S.? I don't know, Rami. Probably like West Virginia or somewhere. Yeah, probably somewhere like some of them. Yeah. Seven streams of fulfillment. I like that. Janali said, "Is it easier to have a car or use transportation to and from seasonal jobs?" Um, Honestly, as far as getting to the seasonal jobs, it's about it. The only reason you might want to have a car at a seasonal job is it allows you once you're there to have greater ease of access to activities and grocery stores and that type of stuff. But as far as getting there, most places will come pick you up from the ground station, the airport, the train station, the nearest town. So it's usually pretty easy to get there. But yeah, once you get there, if you have a car, it is easier to get around. But every time I didn't have a car, I had friends who had cars. I made friends. The people with cars always wanted somebody to go. Hey, I'm going to Walmart. You want to go? Because because a lot of seasonal jobs are kind of a little ways out. Some are more remote than others. So the people with cars was always looking for somebody. Hey, we going into town tonight. You coming? So yeah, I never really felt just like trapped without a car when I didn't have a car at a seasonal job. Nitro, what up? Mac, hey, I appreciate you. I mean, I'm happy for you getting that government apartment. I mean, for me, like hashtag blessed. I don't really need to tap into the resources. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like when that day. Oh, I forgot I have my window open. There's a fly in here. I'm like, how did that fly get in here? But I forgot I got the door wide open. It's a beautiful day. Um, but I mean, in other place when I've been steady living in one place, I've tapped into like the government resources before, as far as like healthcare stuff like that. But like, you know, I'd be someplace for a minute and I leave. You know, Jonathan, appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Johan. You made it in time. We just get started. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button. By the way, thank y'all. The less you have, the less you have to worry about Nickelodeon. I'm facts, facts. Jonathan trying to quit smoking, get that CDL. Nice, nice. Good luck. Good luck. Somebody got kids out there yelling. Blase, substance free and happy. Nice, nice. Johan, how you doing? How you doing? Do you think there can be a person 100% good, or we all have some type of darkness in our hearts? If we're getting really philosophical and deeps, I think humans are just humans. So I think decide we've decided that there's good and there's bad. At the end of the day, I think it's just isness. So I think we all have human nature in us, and some of that human nature we label as good, some we label as bad. But I think it's all just human nature. So putting it in the terms you put it, I think we all have some darkness, but I would describe it more as we're all human. You know, and if you think about it, different cultures, different religions, different people around the world view different things as acceptable or good that other people view as bad. You know what I mean? So I just think we're human. And I think one of our problems is we beat ourselves up for being human. We'll beat ourselves up for having thoughts that like every human has. And we don't, even if we don't act on those thoughts, we'll be mad at ourselves for like feeling a certain way or thinking about something that is just part of human nature growing up in the world we grow up in. But we'll beat ourselves up. It's crazy. I think that is one thing we don't do is give ourselves and others enough grace that like the same stuff we go through, the same darkness we have in us, the humans have had since the beginning of time. It's not us. We didn't ask for it. The reason the holy books have commandments and stuff like that is because that's the stuff that humans like have to work on. It's just human nature. It's not good. It's not bad. It is. You know, that'd be my answer. What up, Gary? I don't think quality of life is getting worse if you look at human existence overall. That's what I'm saying. We'll look at the past couple years, but like if there was a graph of like quality of life from Neanderthals to now, I think it's about the same. There it might, there might be. I mean, I'm always saying, look at World War II. Was it 80 years ago? World War II, quality of life was in the tank. Quality of life was down here. We're up here. World War II, quality of life was here. We're way up here somewhere. but we'll still say quality. The world is worst it's ever been. Quality of life is horrible. Like, bro, there's still a few people possibly alive who lived through that. They'll tell you this compared to 1943. Or you can take it back World War One. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I think about is like we're always all the world's the worst it's ever been. Quality of life is in the tank. Compared to what? You got to look at the full course of human history. You can't look at the 40 years I've been alive. You know what I mean? Like, so that's I try to look at the bigger picture. There will be, I promise you, 30 years from now, they'll look at 2023 and they'll be like, oh man, life was easy back then. We'll say it. Some of us who are still alive 30, 40 years from now will be like, man, I missed the 2020s. After that whole demic of the pan thing went away, life was good. Y'all don't understand. And then things will get better again. Then it's all cycles. It's all cycles. We don't like to think that though. We don't like to look at the whole course of human history. We just like to look at like the last 15 years and be like, yeah, prices are up. The prices go back down. Rent's up. Rent will go back down. These things it's all cycles. Facts. Every society thinks it's the end of the world. TDI, what up? Miss Earl Grace said cheap homes in Mississippi. Ooh, okay. I'll let y'all look into those. I do need to get to Mississippi. I talk so much crap from Mississippi. I need to get there. A couple people I know from Mississippi, great people. Cool people. Blessed, what up? About to leave for lunch and never go back. 18, hey. Spencer, somebody keeps asking about Arizona. Who are you asking? If you're asking me, I've been to Arizona a couple times, but like, I'm not an expert. Like, it was hot. What up, desert? About to downsize a little more. Okay. I'm reading all these comments. I'm loving it. Exactly, Sarah. It's because we have more access to know what's going on in the world around us that we think it's so bad. The same stuff was going on in the past. You didn't know what was going on the other side of the world. You knew what was going on in your part of the world. Even that took a while. The next town over took a couple days before you knew what was going on. Now we know everything that's going on in the world all the time. So it always seems like the world is bad, but it's not. A nuke could go off at any time. It's not going to, though. It's not going to. The world's not going to let that happen. Once again, my opinion, why I don't worry about nuclear. Hey, if a nuke goes off, we're all dead anyway, so who cares? You're not going to know. You might know for like a minute. Oh, nuclear war. You know what I mean? Who cares? B, I firmly believe that the planet, like it's all connected. We humans like to think, oh, we can do whatever we want to do. We're not. If there's something that can blow up the planet, like bro, like if the planet don't want it to happen, it's not gonna happen. It's also funny to me that you get a lot of very religious people worried about stuff like that, and I'm like, it just seems either you believe God's got it or you know what I mean? Like respectfully, I'm just like, I believe in God, and he created the universe, put certain laws in motion. I think he's got it. Like, if God don't want a nuke to go off, it's not going to go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, what am I worried about? Thoughts on veganism? I really don't think about it, veganer. And I'll let people do what they do, Thoughts on edibles? That's another one, Lady Arrange. I don't partake, but if I don't care, people do that. I rarely, I don't care. Do what you do. Malcolm, quit your job after 21 years. Yes. Yes. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I got that big John. I got that big John from the Dunkin' Donuts. What up, Daisy? Good to see you. I think your consciousness, when you die, the energy that animates it or makes it up just goes somewhere else. Like, my best investment, honestly, my car. That last car I had was probably one of the best investments. I know that sounds crazy. For most people, uh, cars aren't a money making asset, but mine was. So yeah, that car paid for itself so many times over just from the videos I was able and live streams I was able to do in it. So that was a really good investment for me. Got me all around the country. Even if you subtract all the gas and maintenance and stuff, yeah, that car paid for itself. I promise you, 5 times over, 6 times over. So yeah. I 5x or more of my money on that car. Yeah. Over the 3 years, probably 10 times. So yeah, that was a good investment. That was a good one. I'm not celibate, Peter. No, no. I don't have a lot of sex, but I'm not celibate. Like, if someone was to knock on the door now and she was fine, actually, I probably would. Like, I'm very picky these days about who I sleep with, but I'm not practicing celibacy. Like, no matter what, I'm not having to. I'm just honestly, the older I get, the less I care about sex, and I'm pretty picky these days. You know. Yeah, you know about that Philly. The bull knows. The bull knows about John. I watch a lot of battle rap. So Easy the Block Captain's a battle rapper I really like. So he's straight Philly. So I got that from him actually. He got the big John. It's the bull. Little Philly lingo. Rochelle, I'm sure I'll buy another car when it seems like the right time. I'll buy another car. I think that'll be a while though. If the next few years go the way I'm planning on them going, yeah, I could. It'll be a few years, but because I really don't. Buying a car attaches me to the lifestyle I was living the past few years, and I'm ready to move on to another one. So, yeah, like it's just like I said, the dude was like, "Hey, so basically, do you want a check or do you want to use this as a down payment?" And I'm like, "Just give it." You mean like I could have got a car? I was at the CarMax. I could have just been like, trade that one in. Let me get that one. Like I could have drove up in a car, left in a car. But like what I'm trying to do, the moves I'm trying to make the next few years, I don't need a car. Like the car would be tying me to one. Like when you got a car, say I travel somewhere, I always got to come back to the car. I'll go there, I come back to the car. You know what I mean? Then I got to drive. I was getting tired of driving. I got like road tripping, but like, them 6-10 hour road trip days, they're cool, but like, it's just a lot. It's more stress than I want to deal with. So, I mean, I'm sure whenever something changes and I'm like, all right, I want to settle down somewhere for a while again, I'll probably get another car. But, you know, glad it's feeling good, Malcolm. Brain became creative for future venture. I'm telling you, that's one like where our mind is so focused on work. Even when even when we're off work, we're thinking about work. When that goes away, even if it's not quitting for good, but you take like a little sabbatical, 3 months, 6 months, adult gap year, whatever, and you just have time to think about your life, is different. It's different when you have time to think about your life, and you have time to like implement the things you're thinking about. It's different. It's different, and you're welcome for the motivation. I'm with you on that, Shummers. I've always said the God I believe in is a God of love. So any of that punishment, hate stuff, I don't know who you're talking about. But it's okay to respect. People believe that you have the right to believe God. And yeah. But for me, yeah, uh, you know, God is love, in my opinion. No more car streams random. Nah, sold that thing. Would I buy another Jeep? I do want to. My next car will probably be like a four-wheel drive mid-size SUV or something. Because I'm sure I'll be living Colorado, Montana, somewhere like that, probably. So a state like that. So somewhere where it snows, probably. Um, I don't think I'll be living on the East Coast. I come here for winter, then I leave. But so yeah, probably something like that. CeeLo, I don't call myself a digital nomad. I guess I don't really like that term for some reason. Yeah, CarMax, they gave me. I was happy with what they gave me. I was happy with what they gave me. Do a video about my old lifestyle. I do want to. I was actually talking to my buddy Cyan about this, and I was like, I do want to do some videos about the progression and yeah, my old life, new life. Why do I blame greed for everything? I don't blame greed for everything, but I think greed is a big part of the problems we have. I mean, because it is. There'd be no war if there wasn't greed. There'd be no poverty if there wasn't greed. There's enough for everybody. If some people didn't want more than their fair share, like what would we go to war for if people weren't greedy? Some form of greed. People do stuff that other people are like, hey, you can't do that. You can't take that person's land. You can't take that. You know what I mean? We got to go to war to stop them. It's the popular narrative, at least. It's greed, you know. Yeah, average car payment these days, $800 a month is crazy. Thank you, Revival. Appreciate that. What am I picky about when it comes to a partner? I'm definitely not picky about appearance. You got to be with someone you're attracted to, but there's a wide range of things I'm attracted to. It's just like the biggest one is like she's got to be a good person, and that's very hard to nail down in words what that means, but she got to be a good person. I do like a sense of humor. I like intelligence, um, but someone who's loyal, trustworthy. It's got to be a good person. Ain't got to be perfect because there is no perfection, but just got to be a good person, and get able to put up with me. Lady, I wouldn't say I've envisioned my highest self. Yeah, it's probably more like I just try to be a good person, and there's areas that I'm like I've identified I want to work on that, but I'm actually pretty cool with who I am. You know what I mean? Um, I'm working on giving myself grace. So I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm a human. I feel like I've come a long way. You know, even when there's areas that I'm like, yeah, I probably could work harder on that. If at the moment I don't want to, that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm a decent person. Could I be better? Yeah. Am I working on some of that? Yeah. But like I've ceased thinking I'm such a horrible person and I have all these character. I don't even say character flaws no more. I got character traits. Some of them I'm improving, but like it's just this whole woe is me. I'm such a horrible person. I don't buy into that no more. Exactly. Greed made America what it is today. Yes, exactly. Fear clowns. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a success. Nothing at all. I just think we have to define for ourselves what success is. And the problem is so many people want to be successful, the ideal of what the world says is successful, They want to be that. They want that success because they've been told that that's success. But when they get that, they're not happy because that's not what they want, or they spend their whole life going after that and not getting it because the system isn't set up. The ideal of what success is today, the system isn't set up for all of us to get it. So it's crazy if at the end of the day that's not what you want anyway. That's kind of my message is like, hey, figure out what you want to do, what you genuinely want to do, you want to do in this life, go after that. Spend your life going after that. Because this ideal of what success is isn't for everybody. And the system is not set up for most of us to get that. It is definitely a pyramid. Success is for just these people up here. All of this down here, not successful by the standard definition. However, if you figure out for yourself what success is, that's attainable, I think. That's attainable. Because it may not have anything to do with large amounts of money or bigger, better, faster, prettier possessions or all that stuff. It might just be like, hey, I like to surf. I want to spend as much time surfing as possible. You can attain that. You know what I mean? So, like, nothing wrong with being successful. I like to think I'm successful. But the average person would look at my life and be like, this guy is broke. What's wrong? He ain't got a car. He ain't got a house. He got what's going on? No kid. Like, but in my mind, I'm successful. I'm doing what I want to do. You know? So I think there's nothing wrong with success, but I think we have to figure out for ourselves what success looks like and go after that. Daisy, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Daisy. Let's be love and happy and positive, y'all. Yes, love and happiness and positivity. Thank you, Daisy. Good to see you. Greg, the world's getting to trying to just the world will try to beat that inner kid out of you. And then when I say grown up in the title, I'm talking about like grown up, intelligent. Like we can still be grown up kids. Totally. I'm always gonna be a kid. Always. Hey, Lady Range, thank you. Yeah, but true. Yeah, you're right. You can't take them with you. I will go to my grave preaching that for most of us, I feel like less possessions is better for us. And it's not because I'm like anti-possession. It's because I really believe that. Like if I thought more possessions made you happier, I'd be like, get out there and get as much stuff as you can. I just know for me and most of the people I talk to, when they cut a lot of excess stuff out of their lives, they felt lighter, they felt freer, they felt happier. You got to worry about all this stuff. I was saying earlier, there was some really bad weather here yesterday. And there was tornado warnings popping up on the phones, and outside the wind was blowing. It was crazy. Let me see if I can pull up. I took some video. Let's see if I can pull up one of them. Not that. Let's see where we. That one. Where's it going? I took it sideways, so it won't. Where's it? I don't know if y'all can see that. Like, it was pretty. You can't really see it, but it was blowing. It was blowing out there. But it was cool because I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get my important possessions, my wallet, my keys, put my shoes on, throw a hoodie on, and I'm like, I'm good. Like if a tornado touches down and I survive it, and my whole hotel room, gets destroyed, I'm good. Because I don't have a lot. And if it really started to get really, really bad, I would just grab my backpack, put a couple more things in it, hunker down. But I'm like, I don't have to worry about where's everything at. What's all like, bro, I don't have nothing. I don't have to throw a couple socks in a backpack. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, the wind was blowing out there. DA, what up? Hey, Kenya, I appreciate you saying that. Black Days. What if you attain it, but it isn't doing it for you anymore? Lord, I think we grow. Like life is. I don't even want to say levels, but like I think, yeah, sometimes you attain, and then you need to do something else. That's another thing. I think once again, the society is like, oh, you get to this level, you've made it. You might get somewhere, and then like that ain't doing it for you. It's something else. Like I don't think there's one made it. I don't think for everybody there's one level of success. Like you do something for a little while, then you might want to do something different. Like I think that's life, learning and growing. So you got to figure out, okay, this ain't doing it for me. What will now? And I don't think that's a bad thing. People try to paint it out as it is. What are you running from? Why are you always short? But no, just like I like learning new stuff. You like doing new stuff. For some of us, life can be very stagnant if we just stay in one place doing the same things. We like variety. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Greg said, "I've been rich, I've been poor. Simple is better." Facts. Peter, I don't think I eat healthy per se. I eat, blessed. Steve says success is going to a huge amount of student loan debt to hang a piece of paper on your wall while living in your mother's basement. I laugh, but like I feel bad for people who do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't look down, but that's dumb. Why would you do that? Like people do what they're told. Like no one would do that left to their own devices. Unless it was for, if someone's like, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I'm gonna go to school, be a doctor. I always wanted to be whatever. But there's a lot of people who do that, get a degree in something they don't really care about, but it's because that's what they've been told their whole life. So like I'm feel sorry for them. I would make the decisions that make you happy, not what other people say will make you happy. Honest graduate, what up? Yeah, cold weather coming. Omar coming. Okay, I don't know. Start calling him wintertime Omar. Uh, Angela, what up? What up? What up? Good to see you on break. Okay. Hey, Desert Map, that's cool. Yeah, once again, if you like working somewhere and you enjoy it, working for somebody, cool. Like nobody can say that's wrong. Do what makes you happy. You know how to be a digital nomad. I don't really consider myself a digital nomad, Paul. So, but I think by the standard definition, you got to find a way to make money online, and then travel. I guess I just like the term nomad. Um, I think maybe I don't like the term digital nomad because like I'll work from time to time, So I mean, and I know there's a lot of people out there who don't. I think I kind of started initially. The reason I didn't like the term digital nomad was because when I first started traveling, I had a YouTube channel, but it wasn't really doing nothing financially for me. And so whenever I would tell people I was going to travel, that, oh, you're going to be a digital nomad? I was like, no, I'm going to go work in a national park. And so I think that's why the term initially started to rub me the wrong way, because I'm like, you can nomad without working on the internet, you know? Not there's anything wrong with it. It's one of the best jobs going, content creator. And my buddy Drew, No Camp Fant, he don't really post much no more, at least not on YouTube. But he was one of the first people I saw who really championed traveling places. He would work through like People Ready. He was really champion like physical work, physical jobs while traveling. And I thought that was cool because everybody else was just like, get on the internet. And I was like, well, I don't know how to do that. We figured it out. Hashtag blessed. Or we lucked into it. Either way. But yeah, I was just like, I'm just a nomad, you know, just a nomad. Raymond, I really haven't started a business really. Like, you know, I haven't really tried to start a real business really. What up, Nelson? It's Bellum. Thank you. I think it's the camera. Like, so my skin looks good. I think it's the camera. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Drew. I don't know. Me and Drew kind of feel like we're not as close as we used to be, and that might be my fault. I don't know. But he was a big inspiration to me when I was first starting out traveling. So I always shout him out. No Camp Fat. I wish he would post, man. I love Drew's videos. You know, that dude's hilarious, man. 77 T Adams, what up? Shout out to the Nomads, Mark. Do I ever get insecure about being bald? Nah, I started losing my hair at 19. So like, nah. Like if I don't like when it starts getting like this and you can start seeing it, I get a little aggravated sometimes because I know I had to cut my hair again. But like it doesn't, Bob. Like, bro, like if she looks at my hairline and is like, I can't do it. Well then, well, I guess we weren't meant to be together. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like once you and like I said, at 19, I started losing my hairline. So like we put up a lot of good numbers, I think, going bald. You know what I mean? So it never really because I can just shave my head. So like what now if I couldn't shave my head and like you had to, see this all the time, I might be a little bit, but like I can just shave my hair. I just get aggravated having to do it a lot. But no, like, I've never been an adult and had a good hairline. So like I don't even know what that would look like, bro. So like, nah, they got to come with more than that. Thanks, Angela. Thank you. Yeah, just do I have other things I'm could be insecure about time to time? Yeah, but like that ain't. I'll almost forget about it. Like it's been 20 something, like 25 years. It don't even. Yeah, they got to come with more than that. Hair today gone. It's just another one of those things that I feel like the sooner you can get over it, the better. 3 weeks sober, G Money. Nice, nice. Super Chat Squad. Why did I say Super Chat Squad? Nice. Sometimes the wrong thing pops in my head. That's awesome, G Money. Nice, nice. Well, I think because I clap about. That's awesome, G Money. 3 weeks sober. Let's go. Keep it going. Let's get that month. Let's get that month. Angela said I save on shampoo. I've never used shampoo on my head. Do black people put shampoo in their head? I don't know. Do we? I've never put used shampoo. Even when I had, as a kid, I had a regular hair. Well, I didn't shave my head. Never used shampoo. Is that a thing? I don't know. I see it in the hotels. They're like, ooh, shampoo, body wash, conditioner. I don't. I use the body wash. Oh, we do Bargain Bear. Okay. Do black men put shampoo in their hair? I don't know. Like I've never used shampoo, but I don't use a lot of stuff that people. I'm a very basic person. They not gonna tell. Like if I wash everything, what am I shampooing and conditioning? I don't know. Like y'all don't mean. I'm a pretty basic person. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff I'm supposed to do. I don't do. I don't celebrate birthdays just because I don't see the point. Like I think it's cool, made it another year, whatever. Um, but I don't celebrate birthdays just because. Now, growing up, I didn't celebrate them because every birthday listed in the Bible, somebody got their head cut off. Nobody wants to talk about that, but and so growing up through the organization I grew up in, we didn't celebrate birthdays, and then even though I'm no longer a part of that organization, it just didn't seem it seemed pointless to circle back and start celebrating them. For what? Like I don't. People do it for the kids, whatever. Okay. But like, I don't see the it just. I don't like any days where you tell me I have to do something. That's really what I'm stubborn. So nah, it's a waste of time for me. But Nana, we here. Oh, Transformer Blue. Okay, we here. What day was I born on? Like the actual date? I'm not gonna tell you that. Respectfully, look it up. Every birthday mentioned in the Bible, somebody got their head cut off or died. I'm telling you, nobody wants to talk about that. Okay, Google it. Okay. Poor said, I'd be forgetting my age. And that's the thing too. I think you get older, like it's I'm not one of those, oh, I'm over 40, my life's over. But I'm like, when I turn for like these days, birthdays are like, cool, I made it to that. You know, because and not to sound like one of these people, all the rappers be like, man, so many of my homies didn't make it. You know what I mean? But I just got a lot of friends who didn't make 40. So like every year further is a blessing to me. So I think of it like I was like, I turned 44 this year. I'm like, man, I made 44. That's amazing. Now we got to work on 45. I had to talk with the Grim Reaper. I said, you didn't get me this year. You're not getting me next year either. He said, all right, we'll see. I said, nah, we not. He laughed, moved on. That was the actual conversation I had in my head. So you didn't get me this year. I said, come back when I'm like 88. He's all right, we'll see. Laugh, moves on. That's my guy. He comes around every year. He's not getting me. But yeah, I mean, I think about it that I'm blessed to make another year. Like I don't really need a celebration. Peter, I don't really meet a lot of people. So, I'm cordial and friendly, but like I don't really vibe with too many people. Like I got a small circle. No, Desert, you sign up for the freebies at restaurants and they remind you of your birthday. Yeah. I think I signed up for the birthday thing at IHOP and I gave them the wrong birthday. So like January 5th, they're always sending me happy birthday, Mr. Ward. I'm like, who? I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. I even took my birthday off Facebook because if you leave it on Facebook, when my account is active, I usually deactivate my account. You get a ton of people being like, happy birthday. I'm like, you ain't talked to me all year. Don't come around and say happy birthday, bro. Like, I don't know. Which, like, yeah, you celebrate birthdays. I respect that. I'm not like anti-birth. I just don't. Just seems like a lot of work, you know. I agree, Robert. Death is a doorway. You just go from human existence to something else. Like I don't. I promise you, I'm gonna be like, man, I ain't got to worry about survival no more. At least on this level. All right. I'll probably still cry, depending on what I was going. Like I'm gonna miss my friends and family, but I get the feeling we'll run into each other again somehow. I'm pretty sure some of the people that are in my life now, this isn't the first time our energies have interacted. You ever have people in your life that like it almost makes no sense for y'all to be as close as you are, but like that person means the world to you. So it's almost like I feel like we've done this before in some other form. Because there's no way like you're just like instantly just very good friends. You know what I mean? It's like your energies found each other again. Glad to hear you got that day off, Bargain Bear. I've been sober, Peter, 5+ years. I think it was 5 years in August sometime. I like the energy of giving. I give a lot, Christian. I like to think I'm a fairly generous person. I don't like you telling me when I have to give. And I think that's more of that conditioning and programming is that, oh, you have to give at certain times of the year. If you don't give at these times, I give when I want to give. You know what I mean? So like Yeah. Anybody who knows me, like, yeah, tell me, yeah, decently generous guy. So yeah, you're just not gonna tell me when I have to give. I'm not as programmed as others might be. Yeah, Peter, I drink a little coffee. Boy, got that big cup. Dunkin' Donuts is cheaper than Starbucks, though. John, you feel that same way about some of your loved ones you met before? Yeah, yeah. You know, yeah. There's some people that, like I said, on paper, it's like, how are we friends? Like there's really nothing you can. I got some friends that like, there's really nothing I can point to that it's like, oh, that's. I got some friends, honestly, like we don't even have a lot in common, other than that, like we're our the way we see the world, which is huge. But like, you know, but love them to death. They mean the world to me. Honestly, will probably be the last people I'm thinking about as I pass on to my next existence. And it's just like I'm pretty sure we've done this before. We'll do this again. Like I just think you can have such a bond with someone that like it can't be separated by whatever form you take. You know. And that's another thing too. If we're continuing the theme on birthdays, and keep in mind, I've had 44 years to hone these arguments. I grew up not celebrating birthdays. I grew up not celebrating birthdays nor any holidays, and people were horrified for me as a child. Oh, they used to give my parents grief. How can you not give your kids presents on their birthday? How can you not give them presents on Christmas? And honestly, I'm one of the people who talks the best about their childhood. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people I know, you never hear me say nothing crazy about my childhood. I had like the world's best parents. They were there for me. I had an amazing life. I was always comfortable. Had a place to stay, food to eat. I knew my parents loved me. So like they didn't have to give me gifts on certain days. In fact, it made it more of a surprise when I came home and mom had bought me some Legos. Dad had bought me something. Dad gave mom some money to go get. You know what I mean? Like I like that better because like they surprised me. It was just a random Tuesday. I come home, I got a present. I'm like, oh snap, baseball glove? Thanks, Dad. You know what I mean? So like the ideal that the kids love it and you're depriving the kids of something if you don't celebrate certain holidays, it's not true. Oh yeah, when you're really young and you go to school and everybody got something and you don't, you kind of like, eh. But like birthdays don't matter because everybody's birthday is different. But like Christmas, I will admit when you're really young, you kind of like, ah. But as you it don't, it's a few years and then you don't care. And then mom used to do a good job of like, hey, here's some money. You can buy a couple outfits over Christmas break. So when you do go back, you got something. But like, yeah, that idea that like you have to do it for the kids, even though you don't believe in it, is crazy to me. Because like my parents didn't do that. They stuck by their beliefs, and I'm fine. I love my childhood. Ooh, you hit 200 likes. Thank y'all. Sky, I still do have friends who drink. Yes, I don't like the term alcoholics, but I still got some friends who, you know, addiction. We'll just say addictions. Sadly. So yeah. Do I do online dating? Yeah, I tried out, Peter. I just signed up for Bumble again. Yeah, I signed up for Bumble and I did the premium. I'll do it for a week, see what happens. What hobbies have I always wanted to try out but haven't? Ooh, I don't know if I have anything I really want to do haven't done. Like I'm a pretty boring person, or I should say simple, not boring, simple. Okay. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I don't know. I do want to travel more, I guess. 436, you had addiction to video games? Hey, yeah, you can be addicted to anything, you know. Some things I feel like more harmful than others. I got a couple matches on Bumble, Peter. Nothing, you know. There was one lady I was talking to last night, but and I liked how forward she was because it says on my profile, nomad. And she was like, "Oh, I see you said you're a nomad. You travel a lot." She's like, "I'm kind of looking for somebody, you know, She's like, "I got to stay in one place because I got kids." Um, and I was like, "Is that a deal breaker?" And she's like, "Well, I'm kind of looking for somebody who can be stable." And I was like, but I like the fact she obviously read my profile and was like upfront about it. Liam, when it comes to depression, I know for me, when I went through my major depression, it was really just time. Like, I think, going to a psychologist helped, my family being there helped, my friends helped, but I think it was just time. The thing about depression is, I think why we're depressed is different for each person. So sometimes it's hard to pinpoint what to do. But I know for me, it was really just time. And eventually, whatever it was that was making me depressed, it was almost like a switch flipped. And like one day I just wasn't depressed anymore. It's kind of weird. But for me, it was just time. Um, but I do always recommend getting as much help as possible, exhaust every available option, and just kind of see what works for you, I would say. Because I know depression is real and it's hard and there's whenever you talk about depression, there's a million people who want to give depression advice who've never been depressed. There's a difference between having a bad week and depression, like respectfully. So, you know, I say exhaust every avenue, every resource to try to get help because it's hard. It's very hard. But sometimes it's just time. You're going through something and a year later the clouds part. So what up, Jennifer? Jennifer S. Just had a long meeting. Now you can listen. Yes. How do you navigate with someone whose love language is gifts? If you're trying to do the no gifts thing, um, I feel like kind of what I was saying earlier. If they really like gifts, you can just tell them certain. I'm not going to give you gifts certain times of the year when everyone says I have to give you gifts. Their love language being gifts, you can still give them gifts. And honestly, I think they'll appreciate it more when it's a surprise. I feel like I would. If gifts was my love language, getting it on Christmas or Valentine's Day or whatever might be cool. But if you surprise me on August 3rd with a gift, it'd blow my mind. That lets me know you really love me. Valentine's Day, you gotta get me something. Christmas, you gotta get me something. But if you're just like, hey, on those days, it's really not what I do, blah, blah, blah. And then, November 2nd, you took me out somewhere and bought me, what I mean, did something amazing or whatever, that would really resonate with me because I'm like, oh, this person did it because they wanted to. They did it like they planned this whole thing in the middle of May when nobody else is giving gifts. I got a gift. I think that would mean even more, than getting something when everybody else is getting something. That's how I would look at it. See you later, Angela. Ooh, I've been single. I mean, I've had some situationships. You know, I have my fun, but I haven't been in relationships since like 2014. A real relationship. Yeah, online dating gets a bad rap, but like I remember the alternatives. Like before online dating, the bars got a bad rap. You know what I mean? Every place you can go to meet people gets a bad rap. I don't want to go to the bar. I don't want to go to the club. Now it's like I don't want to do online. People have always said dating sucks, and whatever venue that's in vogue at the time for meeting people always sucks. You know. I have not been to Costa Rica, Mar. I'm thinking about it though. Mark, no, I'm not in Montana. I'm in South Carolina. I'm at the beach, like it's right there. I can't show y'all because the light is too bright. I tried to show the breach. Once more into the breach. I tried to show the beach earlier. It's too bright, but the beach is right there. You don't celebrate birthdays either, Gloria? August 3rd, I see you. Okay. We gonna do this because the constant disagreeing, respectfully, the constant disagreeing was getting to be too much, folks. We try to, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to agree with everything I say, but like if the constant disagreeing, everything, it's a bit much. It's bringing down my vibe. A little 30-minute timeout, respectfully. Things on my bucket list I haven't done yet. Zoo. Most of them are like travel places I want to go. That's really most of my bucket list consists of. I want to go to this country. I want to stay in this hotel. You know, stuff like that. Yeah. I want to go to this state. Never been to Maine. I want to go to Maine. That's on there. Yeah, John. They say that about the gym. It's whatever. Peter, I think my age range on Bumble is wide open. Like, have I been to Ohio? I feel like I've been through Ohio. I feel like I've been maybe on the bus. I've been to a lot of places on the bus or through them. I don't really count it unless I got out though, but I feel like I've been through Ohio maybe. Never spent any time there, I don't think. I'm trying to think of some cities in Ohio and see if I've been. Maybe I haven't. Indiana? I feel like I've been through there on the bus too. I want to go back because I want to watch the Fever play this year. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think I've been through Ohio on the bus. Yeah, I got to get to Maine. Like I really want to go to Maine. Really want to go to Maine. Free tickets to the Fever game? Yeah, I could believe that because I love the Fever, but they don't be nobody at the games. However, if they get Caitlin Clark this year, okay, let them mess around draft Caitlin Clark. Everybody gonna be at the Fever games. You ain't get no free tickets no more. If they get Caitlin Clark, there goes your free tickets. There goes your free tickets. Raymond, I don't get a CDL because A, I don't like to drive, and B, I don't really want a career. And there's just too much responsibility driving a truck. So I thought about it years ago. I was even looking into like truck driving school. This was 10 plus years ago. But yeah, I don't really, that just seems like way too much stress, way too much responsibility for like, I just no desire really. So no, I don't track my steps. No, like I don't for respectfully, like for me, I don't understand why anyone tracks their steps. Like I don't get what you get out of. I don't know. I guess maybe there's a certain amount of steps you're supposed to do. Y'all know me. I don't. I just walk. Like yeah, I don't know. Like yeah, I never saw the point. I did it once at work. Like because there was some app I had that like it would give you prizes and money eventually if you tracked your steps. I did it for like 2 days and then I was like, Ireland in the building. What up, self? Yeah, I just yeah, like I'm not a big and I think part of it is because I've never had to try to lose weight. And I think a lot more you do a lot more of that stuff when you're trying to like lose weight or stay at a certain health level. And I've never done any of that. So like as someone who's always gonna be like really skinny, like I don't think I Like, why would I need to walk a certain amount of? I just walk because I like it and I like to be active. So like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be like, I didn't walk enough steps. I might be like, dang, I want to walk. Like I didn't get to walk really well. I walked to the Chinese restaurant and back in the windstorm, but like, yeah, I don't really have a set number of steps I need to walk. I've been taking the stairs lately because I don't like elevators anymore. But yeah, I don't really have a set number of steps. Do I follow any spiritual teachers? I got some people I like. You know, Alan Watts. I listen to a lot of Osho, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay. Why are all of them dead? I think, oddly enough. But I wouldn't say I follow any spiritual teachers. No. Any job recommendations in Colorado Springs? I only know about hotels. Go. I only know about hotels. Oh yeah, skinny people can be out of shape too. Totally, totally, totally. Yeah, I just don't. I don't understand the tracking. Like what? I don't like. He just doesn't. I don't know. Like why would I need to track my hikes? Like what? You take a hike because you want to take a hike. Like I don't know. It's just yeah. I appreciate you saying that, John. I don't know. I don't know if I feel that way, but I appreciate you saying that, John. Thank you. Oh yeah, undiscovered self. I've definitely been there um, with depression, and I got the court orders and the Baker Acts to prove it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So yeah, I was there. Not a fun time in my life at all, but we made it through. So how often do I switch jobs? I'm good at a job for about these days about 2 months, and I'm out. Yeah, 2 months was my max this year. So yeah, um, yeah, I'm not really a. I'm a great worker, horrible employee. I figured that out this year. Drew, what up? Lurking while working. I see you. Do I eat snacks? I have been lately. Retired 2019. I went down there to the DG, the Dollar General. I got me some chocolate covered raisins. I got me some knockoff brand Pringles. What are they? Stacks or whatever they're called. I actually got some chocolate covered peanuts, but I paid for that a little bit. Uh, yeah, because like at night I'll get snacky. I get the munchies, not because I'm smoking, but like after I eat dinner, you know, I'll stay up a little while and I'll be like, man, I need a snack. So I got to go down today and replenish my snacks. Um, but yeah, I get a little, I get a little, munchy sometimes. Yeah, I eat snacks. Like I said, I don't really watch what I eat. Like I watch what I eat based on what it's going to do to my stomach. Beyond that, I mean, sometimes I'll eat more fruits, but beyond that, yeah, yeah, yeah. No more MLB hats, Mark. Nah, I'm down to 2 suitcases. I don't even have like a only hat I got is my flat cap. I don't even have. I do want to get a regular hat. Yeah, but I gotta find somewhere to buy one. But yeah, no fancy hats. Why just why? I don't think I have a video specifically dedicated to getting into content creation. I have a couple videos and streams about tips for doing YouTube or whatever, but I don't think I have one about getting into it. I think part of that is because I just kind of fell into it myself. Wasn't the plan. I just like making videos. I think I have 5 pairs of boxers, 5 or 6. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Gratitude Gorilla's right here. Gratitude Gorilla, man. 2 suitcase Timmy. We kept Gratitude Gorilla. I kept my Bible. I kept my Tao Te Ching. I kept Gratitude Gorilla. And my silver play button made it too. So who's to say if we downsize again, if Gratitude Gorilla is gonna make it? But yeah, I kept Gratitude Gorilla. This my guy, bro. Like, yeah, right back there. I'll put him right. Hold on, let's see if I can get him in the shot. Barely. Yeah, I kept Gratitude Gorilla. That's my guy. Peter, seasonal jobs are not hard to get now. No, not now. No, it's changing a little bit, but they're still not hard to get now. I could eat pizza every meal, so wouldn't look the same, but I couldn't eat pizza every meal based on my stomach. Like my gut couldn't handle it. But like I could eat it and not gain weight. Yeah, I like lasagna. I do like lasagna. Retired 2019. Peter, coolworks.com. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. Tell them I sent you. Website literally changed my life, so I always give them props whenever I can. Coolworks.com, best website for seasonal work. I've never been homeless, Raymond. No, I've been houseless, but never homeless. Like I don't have a house right now, but like I'm not homeless. The backstory of Gratitude Gorilla, Gary Vaynerchuk. This is one of his creations. He's trying to turn it into like the Muppets almost, making his own intellectual property, own characters. And it's like it sounds like Gratitude Gorilla is just to remind you to be grateful. And I'm big on gratitude. So like I'd never bought anything directly from, like I bought some other stuff. Like I have like the Gratitude Gorilla card. It's a nice one. But I bought that off eBay. I never bought something from Gary Vee that he got the payout. You know what I mean? So I bought this. Yeah. It just reminds me to be grateful, like for real. Lior said, Tim, even in the Mideast, people heard about you just in the Prius. Yes. I had to let it go. I had to get that cash. See you later, Robert. Got to get that vitamin D. I feel you. Zoo, you having pizza right now. Live every day like it's your last. One day you'll be right. Facts. Malcolm, I'm good. How are you? I'm not a religious person because that implies a religion, but I am a spiritual person. Yes, very spiritual person. I feel like my relationship with God is better than it's been in a long time. So happy about that. Yeah, Gary Vee is that guy. Like I really appreciate Gary Vee. Like I feel like he's done, I know, more for me and for a lot of people than most people. So yeah, I mean, he's got a whole, there's a whole, pretty much every, I'm trying to think of some other ones that like he's got a ton of, and that's what he kind of said was like, instead of coming up with a bunch of superheroes or, he's like, I want to come up with some stuff that like it teaches you something. Like if you've got a kid and they're playing with Gratitude Gorilla, that teaches them something. That means they're constantly saying gratitude. Whereas if it's just like a regular gorilla, it's kind of cool. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. They're escaping me now. But yeah, he's got a whole, and he says he's going to grow them over time. And if you know Gary Vee, I mean, they started out as NFTs. The NFT market is weird right now. Then he did the trading cards. Then he did the physical. Like I think those are good. Not this per se, the figurines, but I think the cards and the NFTs are going to be 20 years from now. Yeah, when those are a household name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there a dish that my mom or dad made that every time I think about it brings on a positive memory? Man, nah. We weren't a big, like mom cooked, but like we weren't a big like foodie family, so not really. Crushing It. It's a great book. Haven't read it, but I heard it's a great book. Craziest thing I've seen on Greyhound, people making out, that type of stuff. People drinking, nothing too crazy. Richard, what up, Rico? Oh, the car went to the shop. It was only $525. Good. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. It's always great. We take the car to the shop and they're like, all right, we looked it over, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be 500. You're like, oh, yeah. That's always great. DoorDash King, I see you, Rick. Oh, Thomas, glad you like the Myrtle Beach videos. When I get a microphone, I can do some more. Super windy. Watch each of those a dozen times. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that same energy now that I'm back. You know, the waves come in, waves go out. Yesterday, the waves was coming all the way in. They was coming all the way up to the hotel grounds. Like it's so like I guess if you live by the ocean, you're used to that. But for me, I'm a more mountains kind of guy, so I'm just not used to. It's just crazy to me that like the water was like up here yesterday. Now it's back where it was before, and they were out. The beach crew was out fixing. There's a lot of fences and stuff that got tore up. They were out fixing it this morning, and I'm sure a couple weeks from now they'll do it again. But I'm just like, it just cycle. The ocean really allows you to see like it's just cycles. Like that's life. It just does what it does. Yeah, so that's what we do. It's just cycles. We're just doing. It doesn't mean nothing. It's not serious. It's just cycles. Like you just got to get through it. Womb to tomb. Like whatever. I prefer flights. I don't plan on taking Greyhound anytime in the near future. It's just not fun travel. And for me, the traveling is part of the journey. Like I don't just want to go somewhere. I enjoy the flight. I enjoy the train trip. I don't enjoy Greyhound. I don't like watching my back for 8 hours, 8, 10 hours, 2 days, it's just not. So yeah. Yeah. I love airports. I pretty much always feel safe in airports. I feel safe most of the time at train stations. Um, Greyhound, I don't feel safe. Some routes, when you get kind of Midwest and beyond, it's a little better, but especially over here on the East Coast, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't fly first class or private. No, I fly economy, bro. I'll be in the back. I purposely sit all the way in the back. Or if this is middle, I sit behind that. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm economy, bro. I'm not springing for first class. For what? It's the same. Yeah, more room, meals. I don't know. Well, yeah, I fly economy. Yeah, man. Eminem, for me, like I have good references. Even when I quit a lot, like I got people that I've worked with that'll vouch for me, you know, because I'm a good worker. So I got people that if they call, even without lying, they'll be like, yeah, I worked with Tim, he's a good worker. And it's true. So oh, Drew, was that one guy? There's a guy, white guy, bald head, kind of maybe ginger, little was he ginger? But there's a guy who there's one guy I watched who did like the longest Greyhound trip there is. And like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he tried it the first time and it didn't work. And then I saw he just did it again. But yeah, man, like something like that. See you later, Rico. Something like that where it's like, all right, I'm gonna do like I would do that with someone. I was talking to T Snacks about that, travel snacks. I was like, I'll do the longest Greyhound trip with you because then we can film each other. Like I might do something like that for the content, but just riding Greyhound, like if it comes to that, cool. But I'm like, while I'm blessed to be able to afford Deltas, Amtrak's, I'm doing that. I'm telling you, Greyhound is hard travel, man. If you've not done it, if you've done it, and there's some people like, I've drove Greyhound, it was fine. Yeah, you went like 3 hours up the road. Go a 2 day Greyhound trip. I promise you. I promise you. You're gonna be like, nah, I ain't really trying to do that no more. It's hard travel, bro. You can't sleep. Like, tell it, man. It's get to the station, they trying to sell you drugs. As soon as you get off the bus, it's just people wandering or sketchy people wandering in and out. Like it's just not. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that was him. Noah Phillips. I think that's him. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which I mean, yeah, he cleans up on those videos, so I don't blame him. I for a million views, I'd ride the ground for 4 days. Facts. But I'm not trying to watch my camera. I'm not trying to. Nah. No, no. Greyhound is hard. I think I put in my time. You know what I mean? I've taken, excuse me, in the past multiple 2, 3 day Greyhound trips. When you on a 2 day Greyhound trip and you like your bus is late, so you miss a connection, and they reroute you, like they print you another ticket, and you have an 18-hour layover in Dallas, which means it's going to be a day later that you get home. And I think that trip, I was just going home for a couple weeks or something. Anyway, I wasn't going home for good. Like I was just going home to visit. Because I remember my ex-girlfriend was picking me up from the Greyhound. So I was gonna go home and stay with her for a little bit. So like that day jam, like that meant a lot. If I'm there for a week and now I'm a day later, I only got 6 days instead of that's a big deal. You know what I mean? So like I'm telling you, and fortunately, I had the money to go get a hotel for the night because it was overnight. I'm like, I'm not staying at the Dallas Greyhound station overnight, bro. But I came back the next morning. There's some people who had to. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, I'll stay at an airport overnight. Whatever. Happens, it happens. The Greyhound station overnight, man, that's crazy. Yeah, the train is cool, Zoo. The train is cool. Peter, I'm 44. You know, I don't like. It's hard to say what age you feel because what would you base it on? Because everyone always says you never feel like your age. So you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to say what age I feel when no matter what age I've ever been, I didn't feel like that age. So I don't know, but I'm 44. We grown. Drew, yeah, I got a hotel. If I've had a layover that long, like I would never schedule a layover that long. It happened because they had to redo my ticket, reroute me. But yeah, if I got yeah, I just went and got a hotel. Yeah, it was $100 or so. I went and stayed at like the Crown Plaza Dallas. It was nice, $120. But I was like, I'll spend that than stay here all night, like, and be worried about my safety. It's not worth it. Oh, I already answered the question. Yeah, Malcolm, I'm not trying to play that low key film people game. Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. People ain't stupid. You know, I don't even want to do that for 3 days straight. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I never say never. If it comes to that, cool. If the only way I can get somewhere is Greyhound, cool. And we know how to successfully navigate Greyhound. I even had a driver recognize me once from my Greyhound bus videos. But like I know the Greyhound game. I just don't want to play it. But if we have to, think about getting a tattoo, sir, to remind you about immortality. I know for me, I don't know. Like I just naturally, I feel like think about it. I know for me here lately, I've been having you know friends die and friends going through other life changing illnesses and things of that nature. So here lately has really been on my mind because like I'm seeing you know things take place that remind me and they hurt me. It's hurtful. So the emotion reminds me like Tim, you ain't getting this day back, and tomorrow ain't promised. So let's get to doing something. I've been mortality. Yes. Yeah, I've been here lately. It's really been on my mind. So tips for overcoming false judgment from people who misunderstand you. I think that's one of those things that realizing like, oh, they just misunderstand me. Honestly, even if they understood you, doesn't matter if they judge you or not. Um, I think we just have to focus on the fact that other people's opinions only matter if you want them to matter. And, I know for me, I have a list. If you're not on the list, I don't really care what you think. Does it bother me when people think negative of me? Yeah, a little bit. But like, I just keep reminding myself that if they're not on the list, it doesn't really matter. Even the people on the list, it doesn't matter, except that I say it matters. And then it's just reminding ourselves of that. Every time you find yourself, oh, wait, they're not on the list. I don't care. You know, I could agree with that, Candy. That skinny people have a false sense of good health because they're skinny. I could agree with it. Totally. I'm always said that like I could stand to eat healthier. I'm skinny, but that doesn't mean like I'm the most healthy person. I think I'm good, but like, and I don't go to the doctor to check. So yeah. Bargain Bear. Yeah, I've done scenic train trips. They just don't have like the Wi-Fi. Like if there was solid Wi-Fi, the problem with the really scenic train trips is like it's in the middle of nowhere. So if I could do it, like if I do the Amtrak again, like the Empire Builder, and I get a sleeper car and there's good Wi-Fi, yeah, I'd love to like stream and turn the camera on. Love to, love to. Um, Other than like it's just kind of hard to do when you're sitting in Gen Pop. I guess you can go in the observation car. But I mean, I've got videos. I've kind of shown footage from Amtrak, but if I could get a sleeper car and get some good Wi-Fi, I'd love to live stream. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate that, Desperate. Thank you. Yeah, I'll probably live stream on Christmas and New Year's. Yeah. Uh, DM, I don't work out. Nah. Ember said the problem with becoming the bigger person is you keep becoming easier to hit. But you accept that. I don't know if that's totally true, but even if that is true, I feel like you're not worried about that. Like if you're taking the high road, if you're becoming the bigger person, you're doing it because you feel like it's the right thing to do, and you'll take all the slings and arrows that come with it. Not worry about that. If you're worried about getting hit, well then don't be the bigger person. Don't take the high road. But like that's just what comes with it. And that's something that I think that's why I'm big on acceptance. I think a lot of times in life we don't like to accept that this is just what comes with it. If you don't want to take that, well, don't do it. But like this is the game. So many things in life. This is just the game. We want to do certain stuff, but then we complain about what comes. No, that's just like you can't. If you're gonna play in the WNBA, you know that you're gonna get some bad calls. You're not always gonna agree with the officials. Either you can play in the league or you cannot play in the league. I think that's true a lot of times in life. If I'm gonna be a bigger person, I'm gonna take the high road. Perhaps there might be some people makes it easier for them to come at me because they know I'm not gonna retaliate, do whatever. That's what comes with it. I can either be the bigger person or I cannot. Miss Mary, how you doing? Rabia, yeah, people are always gonna want more. And like you said, it's good to level up, try new things in life, but it should be on your own schedule, your own timetable, to the degree which you feel comfortable. And you got to ask yourself too, why are these other people telling me to do more? Some of them might genuinely care, but if they genuinely care, they're not really interested in career, business. They just want you to be like taking care of your life. And if that's already happening, fine. A lot of people push you into other stuff because it's going to look good for them. Ooh, my daughter's doing this. My son's doing this. My friends do. You know what I mean? But yeah, it should be on our own timetable. Like other people, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Mark, it is sarcastic people, sarcastic people do what they do. So sometimes, like, especially on the internet, when you're reading comments and stuff, it can get sticky because, like, you don't know they're being sarcastic. A lot of times people aren't being sarcastic, and when you clap back with love, they say, "Oh, I was being sarcastic, I was joking." um Sarcastic people are going to be sarcastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's their right. I mean, yeah, Topeka, I think in life we got to accept life. You know, there's gonna be wins, there's gonna be losses. There's gonna be joy, there's gonna be pain. Like, I think we're this as a society. I think we're not very accepting of life a lot of times. Like, we want life to be a certain way. It's not that way. But the more we can appreciate life for what it is, I think the easier it is because you're like, oh yeah, this is life. You know. And I think it's possible to be the bigger person and people still not look at you. Like, some of the strongest people take the high road. And people don't look at them and be like, oh, that person's a pushover. You know what I mean? If nothing else, sometimes the people who take the high road, people are quite like, oh, I don't messing with her. You know what I mean? Because I think it's the vibe you put off. You know what I mean? Personally, have I ever had moonshine? Yes. Had like a sip, and I was like, this ain't for me. I was like, if y'all give me any more of this, we all gonna end up in jail tonight. So I think I've had a couple sips over the years, but never really was my thing. I'm a beer person. Have not been to New Hampshire, Joshua. I would love to go. Yeah, I've had my own apartment before. I had an apartment with roommates last year with the roommates, but I've had my own place before. Yeah, I almost got one year before last in Arizona, but I didn't. Hang on one second, folks. Where's my? I'll be right back. I just realized something. I just realized something as I was in the bathroom. Living alone is a fairly new concept because yes, I've had my own apartment before. Living alone is a fairly new concept. Like, our ancestors didn't live alone. Like, this is some new, like, modern last century stuff. Like, who? No one ever lived alone before. Like, when families were big, like, you lived with your parents until you got married. Like, no one ever lived alone. You know, until, like, maybe, your mate died when you were older and, like, you're a widower. But, like, nobody lived alone. Even then, you might move back in with your kids. It's like no one lived alone back then. This is a new thing. This idea of, oh, you get up and get your own apartment as soon as possible, live by yourself. That means you made it. That's crazy. It's more brainwashing. I just realized that. This idea of getting your own apartment, who does that? Even if you're like, I want to stay single, why not have roommates? Why would you live alone? Why would you pay all that money to have your own place? Crazy. That's brainwashing programming. No one lived alone before. Generations in one house. I'd never really thought about that till just now. Electric throne. I disagree. I think most people are good. Respectfully. Oop, to my zipper. Well, zipper down. Okay. Ever thought about living in a cabin in the woods? That'd be cool, but I've thought about it. Oh yeah, Drew, I know about that. Which that's something that like I feel like if it doesn't bother you, people like once again, if you don't care what people think, I don't care what people think. Like I know being, last year I had a male roommate. And I knew like when we went to the leasing office to sign up, I could see people being like, are they together? But like there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. So it doesn't bother me when people think I'm gay because I'm living with another man. So I'm like, we're not, but you can think that. So, but yeah, people do assume stuff like that. But I don't care. Yeah, the idea of living alone supports capitalism. There's no reason. Now, some people like their own space, yeah, but like you can have your own space, sharing an apartment, sharing a house with people. I'm not for or against capitalism, fear, but I know capitalism has its flaws. The problem is most people are pro capitalism. I'm just like, I don't think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Like capitalism has its flaws. Like it's not this amazing concept we came up with. It has its same flaws, just like communism, socialism, they all got flaws. Monarchy, they all got flaws. That's what I'm saying. There's no perfect system, but we think capitalism is perfect when all around us we're seeing that it's not. But we still, yay, I'm like, bro, like it's got its stuff. We can be honest about it. I don't have to be in a camp. I can look at all these systems and be like, they got flaws. The big one being greed. Humans are the flaw. Greed. Some like capitalism just make it easier with the greed for the greed to take over. But like I don't have to be one or the other. And that's a very once again, so many maybe I see it because I sit here and read comments all day long, but like you start to see the program responses. We all do this. I'm including myself. We have certain things that we just this is if someone says this, we respond this way. We see it this way, we view it this way. And like the more you see it, the more you're like, wait a second, that's just we've been taught to think that way. It's gotta be this or this, us or them. Always pitting, it could just be like, I don't know. This just ain't it. Yeah, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with living alone. I'm just saying the ideal that we think, oh, you get a certain age, you got to move out of your parents' house, and if if you're really successful, get your own place. You a certain age, if you're living with roommates, people think it's a problem. That's what I was just thinking that's weird. Yeah, they're not building regular condos no more. Stretch, everything's luxury. It's either affordable housing that the government says they have to build, or it's luxury. Ain't nobody building regular apartments no more. I just want a regular schmegular apartment. Yeah, you can't find those. No, no, no. And they're taking some of the old regular apartments and updating them to be luxury. It's crazy. That's a good point, Nicole. Other parts of the world, people live in their own space, but on family land. Once again, like a communal. It's more communal, which I think is great. Yeah. Fear clowns. Capitalism has failed too. Once again, they're all flawed. Every alternative has failed. Capitalism has failed too. Do you really think? Once again, this on the one hand, people are like, "Oh, the economy is horrible. It's the worst it's ever been." Blah. But then, if you say capitalism is failing, they'll be like, "No, it's not. This is winning." Have you been to a major city and seen the homeless population? Have you been on the internet and seen people complaining about rents, wages not going up? People like, I either feed my kids or pay rent. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Have you seen this? If this is capitalism winning, if the wealth gap, have you seen the charts of the wealth gap? I couldn't, bro. You couldn't even fit it on the screen. How unequal it is. If that is capitalism winning, bro, like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody explain to me how this is capitalism winning. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. What's the one thing that is luxury for me? Good question. Paying $80 a month for YouTube TV so I can watch women's basketball, which I'm currently not doing because it was too expensive. uh, you're right, Nas. They not. That's what some people not ready for the truth. You know what I mean? I can get like if you like I don't know about that, but to actively argue, nah, bro. Like capitalism is it. Like come on, like where? How? Have you been to a major city and seen the homeless problem? Maybe if you stay in the suburbs somewhere you don't see it, okay. But like, bro, like and once again, I'm not saying the other forms work either. I'm just saying this don't seem like it's working to me. It might seem like it's working to some people. Some of us are blessed to be comfortable, be okay, but it don't seem like it's working overall. This is not my ideal of it working. $2,500 rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in a decent area. I see the world a little different. The most I spend on groceries per week or month. I don't track it, Sean. I just kind of once again, when I get paid, put money aside for bills or pay bills if it's that time of the month. Um, I do my charitable giving, put money in savings. Sometimes put some money in some investments, and then whatever's left after that, I just live on. So like, if I had a really good month, we might eat good all month. If I had an average month, we might eat average. If it's a low month, we might, you know, eat a little, not eat as good. So I don't really have a cap. It's just kind of where we're at each from month to month. Yeah, no, and yeah, these overpriced apartments, they not even that. I could see if they were building luxury apartments and they were like luxurious, but building materials are getting cheaper and cheaper. Like, but they just raising the price crazy. Okay, once again, the constant just like disagreement. Why are you here? Facts, Ephraim. Got people living in other countries that make less money. They're not struggling. We're in the wealthiest country in the world, struggling. We make more money in a year than some people make in a decade and struggling. And it's not like we have so much more than them. You know what I mean? And it's not like we have so much more meaningful stuff than them. We may have more trinkets and crap, you know. But like they got a place to stay, we got a place to stay. What I mean? They got clothes, we got clothes, and they chilling. We over here struggling. It's crazy. We just take it. All right. Thank you, Naver. So this community is great. Temperature and the truth. It's great if you ever rewire and decode the programming society is thrust upon it. It is. And it's also cool from time to time to have somebody come through who sees it differently. Even though I time them out eventually sometimes, if they're just two, because like you see the programming, you know, some stuff is obvious. Even if you don't want it to be true, some stuff is like, yeah, this ain't really, but some people just can't let go of it. It's no alternative. That's a good point too, Drew. People think in very definites. Well, if it's not capitalism, it's communism, it's socialism. There's alternatives. I don't think any of them work because some of them work better than others. I think. I mean, you can have capitalism, and if you take out the crony capitalism and a lot of the other stuff, it's better. You know what I mean? But the system, all of these systems have inherent flaws. That's not even a word. Inherent flaws. I just made that up. Sounded great. And like greed is the biggest one. Like it's human nature. Authority living off $6 grand a year. Hey. Most jobs aren't even real facts. Was I a misfit in school? Yeah. I've been pretty stubborn my whole life. So like, even in school, like you couldn't just tell me what to do. I didn't want to do it. I want to do it. All I had to do was make decent grades and make mom proud. So like, beyond, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. No. All your little. When I got in high school, I decided what grade I want to make. I made that. After that, I did no work. I didn't take my finals because I didn't need to. They're only 10% of your grade. I don't need that. Didn't do a lot of homework. I do homework once a week per class. I'm not taking more than one book home. I'm not doing it. Or two books because I had one in each hand. That looked cool. If I had homework in 3 classes, one day, I'm not doing it. When I was in like fifth grade, I wrote fourth grade, fifth grade, I wrote in block letters. Everybody else learned cursive or wrote in blocks. Just refused to write normal. Nope, not doing it. Nah, I just always, you just couldn't. I never saw the point in conforming to what everybody else was doing if I didn't want to do it. And I wasn't hurting nobody. And like they couldn't make me because mom would be like, shout outs to mom, but she'd be like, I wore my coat year round in middle school. And the teachers would write notes home and be like, your son's wearing his coat, it's 90 degrees. And she's like, is he doing his work? And they was like, yes. She's like, let him wear the coat. I don't know why he wants to wear the coat. Let him wear the coat. Had this jean jacket, red and black, wore it all the time. Wore it so he couldn't wear it no more. Let him wear the coat. Like, leave, I just never. I agree, Ms. Parker. If you work full time, you should have a livable wage. Bottom line. Bottom line. I don't think it matters what you do. If you have a business and you are going to employ and pay someone to work for you, you should be required to give them a livable wage, not minimum wage, a livable wage. And I think, our government is smart enough that they could figure out what a actual livable wage is and say, hey, if someone's worked for you, you cannot pay anyone less than 50 grand a year. If you don't like that, don't have employees. Facts now. Yeah, as soon as you say, oh, something about capitalism, oh, you're anti-American, bro. I love America. I just want us to fix some of these problems. See, students united. Nah, I didn't go to graduation. Nah, come on now. Y'all know I don't do these days. I didn't pay my senior dues. I didn't go to prom. I didn't get a yearbook. I didn't go to grad. I didn't do none of that stuff. I didn't like. I'm like, if I don't pay my senior dues, I still get a diploma. They said, yeah, but we'll have to mail it to you. You can't walk across the stage. I don't like y'all. I don't want to. No, I'm not doing it. You won't get a yearbook. Why would I ever want to see y'all again? I didn't do none of that stuff. All that senior, I didn't do none of that stuff. I got in work steady and I left school every day at like 11 o'clock. And half the week, 3 days out the week or whatever, I went to work. Mom picked me up, took me by the house. I changed, dropped me off at work. Shout out to mom again. Great parents, great parents. I wasn't trying to. I don't care about all your little ceremonies. I'm gonna pay which senior dues back then, 20 some years ago, was like $150, but it seemed like a lot to the kid, you know. I'm not paying $100+ to get a yearbook and sit. No, I'm not doing it. I don't do nuts. I don't care. Yeah, if I could do it all over again, I'd get a GED. But I don't think mom was rocking with that. But yeah, I would have dropped out. If I had kids, I'd be like, as soon as you can get your GED, drop out, get your GED. If you don't want to go to school, don't. If you want to go to school, cool. But as soon as you get your GED, drop out, get your GED. This is dumb. Yeah, I didn't care. I just wanted to get out of school. I wanted to graduate. I didn't get the regular diploma. I got the next one up. I did that for mom once again. I didn't get the highest level. There was like 3 levels. I got the middle. I was like, I'm not gonna get the regular, just to show like, my guidance counselor, oh, you could get the highest level diploma and then blah blah blah. I still got the Hope Scholarship that would have paid for a decent part of my college. People, I don't ever say that a lot. When I talk about I didn't go to college, I got the Hope Scholarship in Georgia. Would have paid for a decent amount of my college. I still got the Hope Scholarship. Got the middle diploma, and that's with not doing my final exams and all that. I just care, bro. I'm smart. I'm book smart. I can figure it out. I'm not doing all this. No. This Bellum said, but jobs look at GED as less than a diploma. Uh, Honestly, and y'all know me, I try to be a very honest person. If you know you're applying for a job and they think the GED is less than a actual diploma, just say you got your diploma. They're not going to check. If you went to Dunkin' Donuts High, but you dropped out in ninth grade and got your GED, how would they ever know? They're not going to call a high school and be like, did Tim graduate? That's one of the only times not totally honest. Not saying I would do that, but I'm just saying, like, no one calls a high school to see if you graduated. They don't even call colleges to see if you graduated half the time. Make up a high school, whatever. They won't know. Resident funds, the GED saved you. Nice. Corey Cummins, I always from a very young age felt that like all this wasn't real. Like we'd be like driving through a neighborhood. I remember I'd be like in the back seat, and I would just be looking around. I'd be like, something's off here. This isn't real. And I think what I was picking up on was like, I felt like just most people weren't living how they really wanted to be living, or what, like we just had these things in place that we did, but like didn't really make sense because they weren't really making us totally happy. And like all these nice, ordered, evenly rowed houses, and everybody was doing the same thing. Maybe I was picking up on that too. I'm just like, this isn't real. Like this is, and of course, I said so many things as a child. Nobody got what I was saying. Probably because I was just saying one sentence. Like I'd be like, there is no time. Stop. You know, and people are like, what are you talking about? Or I'd be like, this isn't real. How are we supposed to take that? You know, so my family intelligent, my mom, they're very, and if I could have extrapolated, they might have been like, but I would just be like, this isn't real. And they'd be like, what are you talking? There's no such thing as time. They were like, well, you got to go to bed at 8:30. So take, time or no time, your butt's in bed at 8:30, but, yeah, I just always from very young age, just felt like it just, I didn't totally belong with everybody, and B, it just seemed like, yeah, there was a lot going on that wasn't real. That's a good point too, Drew. Once you get that first job, nobody's looking at all that. They just want to know your experience. Yeah. Hey, thanks, John. Glad you like the shirt. I mean, yeah, we all get doses of the programming. I'm constantly seeing stuff that I'm like, why do I think that way? It's just because I was taught to think that way. So much stuff. And we'll just, we naturally react the same way everybody before us reacted in a certain situation. Hey, if you do this, then that'll happen. You never stop to be like, wait a second. I could just do this and then that'll negate this. It's just, we're humans. Like, it's not our fault. We're humans. We're social creatures. We take social cues from the people around us. If everybody around us says something, we're going to believe it. And until it's challenged, we just keep believing it. That's why people like wake up, because like you're just asleep going along with stuff until one day like something challenges it. You're like, what? Wait a second. That don't make sense. But until then, I mean, like, why would you ever, if everybody around you thinks the same way, why would you ever not think that way? Unless you're just naturally stubborn like me. Like, I honestly enjoy something. You know what makes me mad sometimes? When what everybody's thinking is right. I'm such a contrarian that like if everybody's going left, I'm trying to go right. And if like going right is actually not the move, I'm like, ugh, I gotta follow the crowd. Sometimes I'm over the top with it, I'll admit. But like until wild-eyed misfit prophet comes from out the desert telling you different, you're gonna think the way everybody else thinks, Oh yeah, credit can be helpful, but it's not your friend. I think it's important to remember that. Credit can be helpful. Very helpful if you play the game properly, but it was not instituted to help you play the game properly. It was instituted for the people who lend you credit to make money. And if you remember that, I think you'll be better off playing the credit game if you decide to play it. Hush that boy up. People just look at me like, what? Hey, LIs 937. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Say, hey Tim, got my coffee. Let's go. Snowing here. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, okay, nice. It's about 60 degrees where I'm at. We out at the beach. Have fun in the snow. I appreciate the love. Thank you. The continued support. Thank you. 937. We here. We got some good discussions today. I mean, if you tell employers that you've job topped, they're probably going to ask you about it. But what I do is I just put down the jobs I want to put down. And if I get a little colorful with the years, actually, my resume doesn't even have years on it. They have to ask me, how long did you work here? And I tell them, which is true, I've worked at a lot of these places more than once. So instead of putting 8 different dates on there, how you can just call and they'll tell you I was a good worker. TV, we think the same. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm an 80s baby, Sean. Goose. Yeah, that pizza was good. The pizza was it was definitely like, it wasn't like fancy pizza. It was very much like pizza by the slice, that type of pizza you get if you go somewhere, like that mall pizza. It's kind of like that mall pizza by the slice pizza. But it was cool. It was good. I still got a couple slices in there. It was good. I can't complain. I wasn't mad at it. Yeah, it was good. I got some spare ribs in there for lunch today, though. When I walked down to the Chinese restaurant last night in the middle of that windstorm, got me some chicken wings that I ate last night and some spare ribs. I'm with you, Bargain Bear. Snow is great if I don't have to leave the house. If I don't have to drive in it. That's why I'm glad I ain't got a car. I'm so happy I don't have to worry about snow and driving. At a Prius, it don't do snow. It had a snow light on the dash. Like if it got caught up in snow, it would go, and the light would come on. It would freeze. Which is always scary if you're already kind of sliding, and then like just normally you're in a car, you're kind of sliding in the snow, scary. But then when like a light pops up on the dash and a noise starts making a noise, you're like, whoa, yeah, yeah. I'm so happy I got to worry about that. And I'm out here on the East Coast now, so no snow. Love it, love it. I like moose. I like elk. Seen both in real life. I seen a moose in the woods one day. It was up in Big Sky. So I like to walk the up by Big Sky Resort. They got a lot of biking trails during the summer. People come for golf and then they mountain biking. So they got a lot of mountain biking trails. And I would walk up in the summertime. I would walk up the ski slopes because nobody's on them because it's no snow. And then I kind of walk the bike trails. And you can hear people on mountain bikes well before they come around the corner. So, I'd walk the bike trails. It's kind of cool. The mountains in the summer are amazing. Like nobody's there. People come in the wintertime to at least to ski resorts. So I was walking through the bike trails one day. I'd go up there, I'd shoot videos, whatever. And usually, you see deer. The deer were always jumping out, scaring me because they're deer, and that's what they do. I don't care what anybody says. They do it on purpose. All over the country, deer done jumped out, scared me. So, and occasionally, I feel like, did I ever see any elk over there? But like I rounded a corner and like in the woods, 10 feet away, maybe, like you see brown. You know what I mean? Like whenever you're walking in the woods, that's always like when you round a corner or whatever and you see a massive brown, you stop because it might be a bear. You know what I mean? So I'm like, might be 10, 15 feet. I'm like, oh, that's an elk. So I start walking closer and I'm like, wait a second. I don't ever see no elk around here. And I got a little closer and it was a moose. And moose are big, like moose are big. Like a moose will look you in the eye. Moose will look down on you. What you doing? What you doing, little fella? So I got, but like he was in the trees, so like he or she couldn't have like turned and ran at me immediately. So I was like, whoa, but like I wasn't scared because like there was a bunch of trees and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pull my camera out and like get some video, and I was like, you know what, like he can't get you like instantly, but like he could get to you. I'm telling you, moose are big, and I just like backed up and just like went down the trail left. I was like, I'm not playing with it. It was too close. It was too close. I'm like, as much as I would have loved to get that footage, nah. I was like, I'm not. I respect wildlife. I was like, but it was just crazy because I think I saw one other moose in Big Sky, but it was like in the resort. Like it was down, not inside the building, but like it was like eating off one of the trees, down by the entryway to one of the hotels. I'm like, there's a moose right here. But like that was like when you see them in an area where there's a lot of people, okay, they're probably not gonna. But like, yeah, when you see them in the woods, it's kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Oh, you saw a mama moose in Big Sky Town Center? Yeah, they come through there. Yeah. SP Glide, what up? 29 years old, struggling with addiction. Not sure what the next move will be. If you're struggling with the addiction, it means you're probably trying to work on it, And I would say just keep working, keep struggling, keep fighting. And the reason I say that is because I know for me, like getting sober always helped with the clarity of mind. And so maybe it's hard to figure out what your next move is going to be because of the addiction or whatever. And so if you work on that, make strides with that one day you just might wake up and like your brain or whatever is kind of a little clearer, and suddenly maybe some of the moves you should be making will just be there. Oh, I can do this. So I would really focus on the addiction and keep fighting. Keep quitting till you quit. Yeah. Because like it's amazing. Like I know me, I thought I was in my right mind all the time. And then I got sober. I'm like, oh, there was a lot I was missing just because, I was drunk all the time. I was either drunk or hungover or at work. You know what I mean? So having the weekends to be sober and think for myself, it kind of opened a lot of stuff up, Michelle, how's it going? Your buddies got chased by Musa Big Sky? Yeah, they be out there. Dean, what up? Sorry to hear about you being broken, exhausted. Sorry to hear that. We here. Phantom, what up? So I like to go to my local forest too, but I don't see mooses. I only tend to see venomous brown snakes in Australia. Best wishes from the other side of the planet. Hey, we here. We international. Watch out for them venomous brown snakes. I heard Australia has like all the most venomous snakes and spiders and everything. Like on the list, Australia got them all. They like check, 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 check. We got them. That's a shout out to Australia, man. It's on the list. I'm trying to get to Sydney one of these days. Mecca, how you doing? Joe said, hey, Tim, there's a lot I have to say. Wish I had a platform like yours to say it. That's the beauty of the internet, you know, especially like TikTok. As much as I don't post on TikTok and I need to, what I love about TikTok is you can post one video and go viral and have a platform tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like the virality of TikTok is insane because of its algorithm. But I mean, hey, just put it out there. Put it out there. Like I would say, don't wait to get the platform to put it out there. Put it out there, and that's how you get the platform. Just turn the camera on, say it. You never know where it goes. It's the beauty of the internet. Hey, glad to hear that, Goose. Longest on the wagon so far. No, nice. Texas is the Australia of the year. I like that rice and beans. Rice and beans always comes through with the wisdom. So many of us choose our path out of fear, disguised as practicality. I agree with that. Crocodile hunter handled every poisonous and venomous animal. Australia got taken by a stingray. Hey, that stingray said, "Not today. I'm not gonna make light of his death." But he was doing what he loved. I always say, like, man, if you taking out doing what you love, hey, Raymond, I like to read, but like right now I'm not reading because I don't have a good book. I need to get one, but I do like to read. Yeah, I want to get to Australia, see all that craziness. Actually, I just want to go to Sydney. I don't really need to go into the wilds of Australia and see venomous snakes, spiders, and bugs of various shapes, sizes, and forms. But that's a long flight, buddy. I'll have to already be on that side of the world, then go to Australia. It's probably a long flight from anywhere in the world. It's on the list. It might be like number 11 on the list, number 14, but it's on the list. Australia, not Australia. Australia. We love to abbreviate here in the States. Australia's on the list. Sydney, Australia. I'm trying to go to Sydney, Australia. I don't want to I would like to go to New Zealand, but like everybody wants to go to New Zealand, so it's not on the list. You thought kangaroos were cute? You saw how diesel they were? I feel like a kangaroo it'd be over quick. Oh, hey, John, it's the thought that counts. Thought that counts. I appreciate that. They got you on lock. They're like, nope. What up, Sabrina? Hope you're having good holidays. I'm over here on my phone. I'm not staring off into space. Boom. Oh, hey, shout out to Ronaldo's aunt. Shout out to Ronaldo's aunt. Hey, appreciate that. Oh, Sabrina, once you finish grading them papers, you're on vacay. Vacay time. Let's go. 3 weeks. Let's go. Oh yeah, it is. It is Christmas break. Oh, does that mean there's gonna be people here soon? How many people come to the beach with they churn on during Christmas? We'll see. Enjoy your vacay, Sabrina. Enjoy your time off. Make good use of it. You know, this seagull's flying kind of close to my door. I still got my door open. It's a beautiful day. I got the door open. I got the door open. You can see the beach because it's too bright. I got the door open. Huh? Beautiful day. Flies keep flying in. That seagull looked a little close, but we here. I used to love the breaks. Get to get out of school, have to see them people. Yeah, and then you got to go back. You know, that's one thing. Like, I'm so proud of myself just making it through school. When I look back now, I'm like, how did I? I can't even stay at a job more than 2 months. How did I stay in school for 13 years? I guess I had to, but I'm like, dang, you did. I don't know if I could do it now. It's gonna get colder in the next few days. As long as that wind don't come back, I'll take it. I mean, nothing compared to what I'd be facing in Colorado right now or whatever. So I can do cold. Jan, it's too bright outside. The the way the sun is facing. I went outside early and tried to show y'all the beach. It won't let me show the beach. The sun is just too bright. This camera, the sun's too bright. Like it won't. You literally will just see light because the sun's reflecting off the water. Because I wanted to show y'all the beach. It won't let me. It's too bright. You saw it just then. Like it wouldn't. It won't let me show it. It's crazy. Life Alicia. Hey, Retire 2019. Come on through. We here. Myrtle Beach for a week. Let's go. It's cheap. Amber, glad to hear you ended up changing your mind. Yeah, school was. I had some bullying going on when I was in school. It was not my best years, but we made it through. Rami, I do not go to the gym now. No, no. There's times before in the past I kind of worked out, but it never lasted more than a few weeks, and I was just kind of like, it's just too much. It's more work. I shouldn't say too much. It's more work than I'm willing to put in for me to go to the gym enough for it to show. Like I'm a pretty skinny dude, pretty scrawny dude. It would take a lot of work, and I'd have to eat a lot. For me to get it's just more work than maybe someone else in the same situation would do it. But I'm like, I would honestly be doing it just to be like for the ladies, and I'm like, I'll just find a lady who likes a scrawny man. Like don't bother me. If she don't like scrawny men, she ain't gonna like me. Like I do. It's just not. And I'd be uncomfortable at the gym. I'm just not. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be at the house. Yeah, nothing like oceanfront. Oceanfront. I wish I could show y'all how close. It won't let me. It's been a couple hours. We'll try. Well, I'm gonna try. Hold on. We'll see. I'm gonna try and see if it'll let me show outside. Hold on. Maybe the sun has moved. No, won't let me show it. Won't let me show it. It's too bright. It's too bright here. Yeah, yeah. Dang it. I think it's because it's a webcam. Like if I was on my phone, it'd let me. But it's because it's a webcam. It don't adjust to that brightness very well. It's crazy. Wonder why that is. There's too much sun. Yeah. It's nice out there though. Today's a nice day. Yesterday was crazy. Yeah, when I had a gym membership, that's what I was like. I'll go at 2 in the morning, and then I went up there at 2 in the morning, and there was like 5 cars there, and I'm like, ugh. In Bozeman, I got a gym membership. I was like, I'm gonna get up early, go early. And it's like 3, maybe. Got up there, there's already people there. I'm like, oh, I was like, I want to go and nobody's here. What's the latest with Rafe? I don't know what you're trying to ask there. Oh, with seasonal work opportunities in Alaska, I got you right here. I got you right here. Boom. There's the link. Wait, they didn't put the Alaska part? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Why didn't I put the did it put the Alaska part? Did they put the Alaska? What are we doing? Hold on. There we go. The second one. Alaska job. Cool work. Let's see how many they are. Find a job. States. 100 posts for Alaska seasonal jobs. Nice. Bargain Bear. When I go on hikes, I don't like. I take my water. Yeah. For the average hike or walk I go on, I take like my camera equipment. I'm doing that less and less, even more now. But I'll take like a selfie stick and a tripod in my backpack. I put some water in there. Um, Maybe my headphones if I'm walking. When I go hikes, I don't listen to music typically, but around here maybe. But yeah, I don't really. If I'm deep in the woods, I might take my bear spray. But yeah, I'm not really. I'm not really worried. Yeah, I just haven't been on too many. I've walked too many places to be too worried about it. Like so. Alvin, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, great to see you. Said, hey, Tim, I'm just curious. Do you vote or do you believe in voting? If so, who would you vote for? I do not vote. I have never voted. Um, so yeah, I just don't vote like he does it. It's another one of those things that I totally understand people vote. I understand it. I understand people voting. To me, it doesn't seem like it matters, so I don't vote. Like it's just not. So every year we put somebody in office, and a couple years later, everybody says they didn't do what they said they were going to do, and then we put somebody else in office, and the same thing happened. Like it's, I'm not saying don't vote. I just don't. Like I'm just not going to waste that energy and get wrapped up in a system that I firmly believe is rigged. And this is just me. I could be wrong, but I feel like the reason they allow us to vote is so we seem like we have some control when at the end of the day we really don't. So yeah. Yeah, I get that in the gym, no one's really looking at you. I'm just not comfortable in the gym. But I'm also the same guy that I won't go in a restaurant alone because I'm not comfortable sometimes. So like a lot of it is yeah, the gym and everybody's in shape. But it's also like I don't do well in new places by myself, you know. So we still talking, Greg? No, I don't use any supplements, Rafe. No. Oh, the views drop when the numbers drop when I said I don't vote. Y'all see that? Yeah, you're right. I try not to. I try not to go too hard on some stuff because I know people. I know the stuff people. I've been doing this a little bit, so like I know the stuff that is very triggering to people. So I don't like to lay it on too thick. And I always, when I say I could be wrong, I believe that. I don't know everything. Just some stuff I look at, I'm like, I mean, when they told me in like 8th grade, electoral college, when I've realized that you don't have to get the most, if you could get the most votes and still lose, I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's for me. When I realized that more people in the country could vote for you and you still lose because of the electoral votes, electoral college. This was before they were just flat out saying that didn't happen. I won, even though, the whole Bush, before that. When I really realized, it doesn't matter about the votes. Well, what is it? It's like, we have to make it fair between the states and the different, blah, 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 all this stuff. I'm okay. Yeah, I don't think this is for me. Like, this seems like another example of y'all telling me it's one way and it's not. Y'all have further reinforced my belief that most of the stuff y'all telling me is if not a flat out lie, it's slanted. Choose life. How you doing? Hey, Core Captain Electoral God, I'll tell you. You got to, we just eat this stuff up. Electoral, okay, proper. Certain people's vote counts as more because they have more electoral votes. Oh, okay. Vote, please do. I just don't. I'm not spending no time worrying about it, And everybody I know who votes is miserable. A couple years in. Not, I should say everybody who votes, but the people who are really political. They're always miserable. I don't know any very political people who are happy. Just being real. They're always aggravated. Either the other side is in and they're aggravated, or their person isn't being able to do what they're always aggravated. The most political people I know are aggravated. I don't like to be aggravated. I just let that go. Exactly. Erica Jean. All these people I know who vote, they're heavy into it, but they're still always talking about how nothing has changed. But they still say, but you better go vote next time. I'm like, you said that last time, nothing changed. That dangling carrot, but if you vote this time, we'll get the right guy or girl in there. Your whole life, I'm 44 years old. My whole life, people have been waiting for us to get the right person in there. Where is she or he at? And then if we did get the right person in there, they could only be in there 8 years. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. When something doesn't make sense to me, I just don't get involved. Facts. It's democracy, but at the end, but when it really boils down to, at the end, as it always does, as everything in life typically boils down to, there's a room full of 10 men who decided or whatever. More women in that room these days. Some of them darker complected these days. But it's exactly just a thought. And then the idea, they'll tell you vote for the right person. And then certain groups of people will pressure you to vote for a certain person. Is that really voting? You know what I mean? Especially Black people. Oh, you gotta be Democratic, can't be Republican. That's changing a lot these days. But back in the day, if you was down south, Black down south, you voted Democratic. Bottom line. And I'm like, but what if I don't think that's the right candidate? They're like, I'm like, well, then it means nothing if I just vote along with everybody else. Then it means nothing. It could only mean something if I voted for who I believed in. But they're like, but you can't vote for a Republican because you're Black. I'm like, what? I've never had any good experiences around voting. I mean, sometimes there's some candidates I like because I like the person. I don't believe in their politics. I just like the person. I wouldn't vote for them. But there's some candidates I like. I just like the person, especially if they're cute. I'm like, oh, she's cute. But I like them as public figures. I like seeing them on TV. Or if there's a candidate that's entertaining or they seem like a decent person, but I'm not voting for them. I'm just like, "Oh, I like that person. Seem cool, you know?" Josh, I definitely want to buy land one day. I don't know where. I'm probably not going to put a rental property on it. I don't want that level of responsibility. If I buy some land, the most I might do is get me a shack from the Home Depot, fix it up so I can stay in it from time to time, something like that. But yeah, I don't think a real estate mogul is in my genetics. But yeah, I do want some land someday. I just don't know where. And that's another one of those things that when I'm ready, I think the land will appear. Like I said, right now I got some moves I'm trying to make. Next few years, I really don't think I'd be using the land too much. Um, so you know, and I could probably stand to get my coins up a little better. I know I could, not probably. I could stand to get my coins more in order for that. So yeah, yeah. That's yeah, a little shack, maybe fix it up. But it would be when I say fix it up, I'm talking 15 grand total. Shack, fix up, maybe even the land. Like I would be doing it very, yeah. But even that, I don't know. I do want some land though. Even if I just buy the land and have the land, and I can just pull my vehicle on it and sleep in a tent on it, like I just do want to have some land. I just do want to have somewhere I can go and can't nobody tell me to leave within reason. I don't want to be either really, West. If I had to take one of the two, I'd rather be rich. Like, who would ever want to be president? Like, it's the worst job ever. Um, but I mean, yeah, like I don't really sit around wanting to be either. Like, I'd rather be comfortable. The love shack, dude. Doubt that. Yeah, but I'm a firm believer that when you're ready for something, it kind of shows up. A big part of that is if you're not ready for it, you probably won't see it, or you're probably not looking for it in the right place. But yeah, I feel like when I'm ready for it. I agree with that, Ronaldo. You don't truly own anything in this life, so there's that. You don't truly own anything. Ownership is impossible. Once you realize that, that's another one people don't like. When you say that, like you can't truly own anything. People don't like that. They can come take anything from you. You can't own like ownership just isn't possible in the universe we live in anyway. Like it all was here before we got here. It'll be here when we're gone. Like you can borrow it for a little bit legally, but even that, they want to come for it, they'll come for it. So like I don't know. Yeah. Facts, Kelly. Yeah, I can eat anything and not gain weight. So yeah, I'm very appreciative of that. Oh, that's funny, Kelly. That's funny. You said you get fat immediately, take a bus to work it off. Just that one meal? I feel very blessed and highly favored. I had that same meal again last night. I eat the same stuff. What up, Natasha? I eat the same stuff. So I had that same meal again last night. Spare ribs and all. I ain't ate the spare ribs yet. That's for lunch today. Rafe, you're asking me a lot of neither questions. I would neither. But if I had to pick one, probably New York. I'm not a fan of LA. Like I'm really not a fan of LA. Favorite wing flavor? Mild. Regular, plain old mild. Let's go. I'll tell you, I'm a very basic person. Yeah, I do hike a lot, Melanie, but even if I didn't hike, I don't like my weight fluctuates within like a 5 pound area. Like I just might be 160 if I'm sitting around doing nothing, eating crazy. And I'd be 155 if I hiking. It's not. Hey, choose love. Thank you. Hope you have one too. Gardening. Well, I mean, it's been. I don't think I've ever had a garden. So if I got some land, I think I would try to grow some stuff. I don't know if I would garden. Most beautiful city I've ever been to or visited? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a beautiful city. Bozeman's cool, but not the. I mean, I wouldn't say the city part's beautiful. I don't know. That's a hard. I don't like to rank stuff either. No, I don't work out. Alvin, don't go to the gym. Probably won't in the future. Haven't been to the UK. KJ down 15 pounds for intermittent fasting. Okay, okay. Feel better too. Nice, nice. I ain't bad at that. Congratulations. Congratulations. Here, I don't know if I ever got this question before. Best gadget or tech related gadgets you have bought for $100 or less. Um, this is going back a few years, but I remember because at that time it was a lot of money to put up. The first camera specifically I had for YouTube, it was called the Flip Cam, and it was revolutionary. It was new tech because it was one of the first cameras that had the USB plug-in for your laptop or computer in the camera. So before that, you had your digital cameras, and you had to have all types of cords and stuff to plug it in. This one, you just filmed, boom, plug the whole, like you hit a button, the USB adapter or whatever came out, plugged it in, uploaded to your computer, made it super simple, and it was like $99. And I remember I went and bought one, and then I took it back. I think that one might have been like 89. And then there was another one that was right around 100, maybe a little more. And I was going back and forth. And then I went and bought it. And honestly, like that was the camera that really got me going on YouTube because I could just have that camera. That's all I needed. I didn't need any adapters, any cords. I just pull that thing out. I would set it up, record my video, boom, put in my camera up. You know what I mean? So like that was around maybe a little more $100 investment, that tech gadget that really, if it wasn't for that camera and me buying it, even when it was like, I don't know, that's a lot of money, I might not have ever really got into YouTube. So yeah, but that was going back some years. Yeah. I'm trying to get back to Minneapolis, Nicole. I'm actually want to go this summer. I got a friend that lives maybe 3 hours away. So I want to go there and then find a way to go visit her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll have to live in more rural areas, Matt. I mean, more urban, excuse me, areas. Yeah. But I mean, I can, like, things like Uber and DoorDash change the game, though. So, like, if there's any type of, like, I don't have to be in an area that has public transportation. Like I don't go a lot of places, and if I want to go somewhere, I take Uber. DoorDash will deliver me my food. So like honestly, I don't have to be in urban areas because I don't really need a car, to survive. The possession I have that I love and use a lot of the time. I don't know if love would be the word I used, but like my laptop, I use it a lot, so I appreciate that. My webcam. Um, I don't know if I have any possessions I love. Like I like my gratitude gorilla, but it doesn't do nothing. But like, yeah, I don't know if I have a possession. Let's say I love. Like I don't know. They're useful. The girl's like, "Up to we here." What up, Jeffrey? Rape. Honestly, I just put the phone down. So, how do you prevent yourself from hijacking your mind by endless scrolling? I take like Instagram, TikTok. I take off my phone. Facebook, I deactivate my account. But at the end of the day, I just put the phone down. Like, yeah, yeah. Gary Vee talks about that all the time. We talk about how social media is like ruining our lives. He's like, just take the app off your phone. Just put the phone down. It's like TV. All TV was rotting the kid's mind. Turn the TV off. So I just take, if I feel like I'm on Instagram too much, honestly, I just get aggravated. I'm to the point I get aggravated. The energy on TikTok is weird. Instagram, I'm like, why am I looking at this? YouTube is the one that I have to stop myself more because I'm on there a lot. And I'm like, Tim, you're just like, if I find myself just scrolling, I'm like, if I find something to watch, cool. I got no stipulations of how long I can be on YouTube. But if I find myself just zombie scrolling, I'm like, Tim, put the phone down. So yeah, I just put the phone down. Like I have been banned from several bars and clubs in the past, Raymond. Yes. There was a time in Gainesville I was banned from a few places or shadow banned. And that like they didn't really want me there, but I had friends there. So they kind of had there was a time in Gainesville, I had a lot of friends that were DJs, promoters. They kind of had to let me in, but they didn't want me there. But there were some places they flat out, I'd walk in the door, they'd be like, no, get out. Because I'd be in there partying, drunk, showing my behind. So yeah, well, there's yeah, or there's places where they banned me for, hey, don't come back till next weekend. Wait a couple weeks before you come back in here, Tim, acting crazy. So yeah. Thanks, Brooke. We get into it. Drunk Tim, drunk, angry Tim. You're not gonna tell Tim nothing anyway in life. When I'm in those moods and drunk Tim, like the anger would come out. Like I always say, like I'm not an angry person, but it's in me. So when you get drunk and like all your inhibitions and your walls and all that come down, the cage opens up, the beast comes out. The animal comes. It don't take much. So the slightest thing, I'm on 10. Like let's go. So yeah, fighting in the club, arguing in the club, throwing stuff at people in the club, cussing girls out because they ain't want to come home with me. I was all that. I mean, mostly harmless. I wasn't really, but just they would get to every weekend. They got you out front with the cops. Like, I got away with a lot of stuff, like I said, because I had friends who was like, hey, he's just drunk. When you know people, you get away with stuff. But yeah, it was all, just angry, being crazy, little stuff, talking crap to the bouncers, that type stuff, Tell you, drunk Tim totally different. Drunk Tim was totally different from regular Tim back then. So drunk Tim was totally different from like me now. Like it just, I don't know. That's a weird question, so I'm going to delete it. Yeah, obviously, like literally, my friends would call me. Like I wouldn't answer the phone the next day because I would black out and forget what I did, and I wouldn't answer the phone the next day. Like when I lived by my parents, everybody knew I would go and like stay at my parents' house when I was really hungover because I didn't want to deal with any backlash. Because like my house was my trailer back at the time was like the party trailer, and people come over the next day, they'd be talking about. So I would go stay with my mom and them. for a day or two. And like, say we went out Friday and it was stupid. I may not totally remember, but I remembered I was being dumb. I go to my mama's house because I had a room there. And then like Sunday, I'd go back home, and then everybody would come over Sunday, and be like, "Bro, like you gotta calm down." They were like, "You gotta calm down, bro." They were like, "We knew you." They was like, "We knew you was gonna be at your mom's house. We knew you was gonna be at your mom's house." It's like fun. Like one of my friends, like he would know I'd be at my mom's house. And he'd come by with his sister, like he'd drive through the neighborhood, blasting his music just because I wouldn't answer the phone. He'd go through the neighborhood, like do a loop. He'd be blasting the music. I'm like, bro, don't be coming to my mama neighborhood with your music up, bro. Like, come on, it's like an older community, you know. I'm like, don't be in my mama neighborhood with your music loud, bro. He's like, I'm trying to get you to come outside. It was fun times, fun time. But yeah, man, that was yeah. We had some fun, you know. But you know, you pay for that. You know, it ain't all fun and games. There's a lot of stress and drama, and you do a lot of damage to your body, and you know, you'll come out unscathed. You know, so thank you, Nas. To be put in the same sentence as Kelly Stamps, who I think is amazing, is huge. It's huge. Yeah, Corey Cummings. There's a lot that comes with being drunk, man. It's yeah, lay that beast to rest. Yeah, you best thing you can do. Goose with a gibbous. What up? What's a gibbous? All right, I hold you to that, Nicole. I hold you to that, Nicole. Oh, I got this shirt off Amazon. I actually had a light blue one from the same. I keep saying I want to find like a online like a clothing brand that like this was $20 cheap, but like I like it. So like I keep saying I want to find a clothing brand that not maybe something nobody's really heard of, but like I just really like. I do kind of like these shirts. So yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, it's a top hat I give. Okay, a good part-time job. Oh, I don't know. They got this thing called Barista Fire. It's in the financial independence retire early community, but they all if you Google that, it lists a lot of jobs that are part-time but have like full-time benefits. I think Starbucks is one, but there's a few companies that you can work part-time, but you get full-time benefits. But yeah, they call it Barista Fire. Doing that. So yeah, those are good part-time jobs. Make my own line. I mean, I might do some merch, but I don't know if clothing is my business. You know, I'm there's just a lot of stuff that I could do, but it's not my lane. So, and I'm good at saying no. I I don't know what it is, but I feel blessed that I'm good at saying no. Like if it ain't, it's going back to the seven income stream. You know, I'll probably do some merch, but other than that, yeah. Alvin, my idea of retirement isn't the standard ideal of retirement. Go figure. Um, my ideal retirement is not having to work if I don't want to. Hopefully, having income streams that allow me to pay the bills, so I don't have to work a traditional job. That's my idea of retirement. So, you know, not saving up a ton of money and then when I turn 65, stop working. I don't even like working now. So, I appreciate that, Goose. V Goose. There's another Goose in here now too. I gotta differentiate. Yeah, man. But you know, I got some. I got a Ward U shirt. I need to do that this week. I want to design, but Ward University shirt or hoodie. It's winter time. Hoodie season. You know, something like that. Do a little something with the merch. You know, y'all know me. This is what I like doing. So, Rafe, yeah, I get offers for sponsorships and stuff like that. I was in talks with a really legit company recently, but they didn't want to meet me at the money level I wanted to be met at. So I said no. I'm telling you, I'm good at saying no. Um, it's yes or no. I'll negotiate. That was the negotiated down price. Like I have a line, and it could be $1 less than that line, and it's a no. Um, so, but yeah, I get contacted for sponsorship. I'm just waiting for a really good one to come along. Rape. I haven't read Die with Zero, but Retired 2019. That's one of his favorite books. So I've looked at it before. Goose. Actually, merch isn't that hard because you use a print on demand company like Teespring or not Shopify, Printify, I think it's called. So all you have to do is come up with the design. I mean, it literally takes. I could design it in an hour because they do all the work. So all I have to do is come up with the design. I go to their website. I decide what products I want to put it on. I create a listing. I give people the link. It literally takes an hour. And that in 45, 50 minutes of that is designing it. I can just hop on Canva, design it, boom. So no, it's not a lot of work because they do everything else. Once you have the link, once you have the listing set up, you just hand the link out. Like you don't have to do anything else. The merch company, the print on demand company fulfills it, ships it, all that. Like you just say how much profit you want to make. It's like I want to make $5 every hoodie. Every time someone clicks the link, buys a hoodie, you get $5 in your account. It's actually the best game out there. One of the best games out there is the merch game. I just don't like selling stuff a lot, so you know. Yeah, that's why so many YouTubers do it is because it takes no time at all. You can even have someone do the design. You just get on Fiverr, have somebody design it for you. A couple days later, they send you the. Well, I mean, it's one of the best games going, but everybody does it. So yeah, no, I'm not knocking it, but like, I don't. Once I figured it out, I do want a nice Ward U shirt though. I do a hoodie. Like I do like that. I do like that. I like wearing my Ward University hoodie I already have, and like seeing people read it. And I know they're probably like, I've never heard of Ward University. Where that at? Is that a HBCU? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to jump off. We're going 3 hours, 22 minutes. I probably really should eat some lunch. Haven't really eaten anything all day, except I had a liquid breakfast, coffee, not alcohol. So I'm going to jump off. Thank y'all for coming through. Had a really good stream. Had some really good discussions. Only had to time 2 people out. Didn't have to block nobody. The usual suspects were here. The Lurk Squad was here. New people, old people, usual faces. Big shout out to the Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that abundance. Thank y'all for spending time with your boy. Hopefully you got something out of the stream. Feel good to have a grown-up conversation with some other grown-up kids like like myself. I love each and every one of y'all. Talk to y'all later.